back. The time is now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to NUFC Talk. We are live with another live match commentary. Let me know if you can hear me. Very important because I just want to make sure that everyone is good.
You sound like you're in a stadium.
Yes, they can. So welcome, folks. Don't forget, smash the like button. Become a member if you can. If you can support today, become a member. If you already a member, you can gift memberships away. You can, of course, subscribe. You can super chat right away if it's in your heart to do so and help us move forward as a channel. And also, if it's not the time for that, you can just hit the like button for free. Doesn't cost naught. And it's me and Gary for another live match commentary at St. James's Park. Not so much under the lights because it's daytime, but it will get there, I'm sure. Actually, believe it or not, the lights go up even in daytime at times. I think so. Either way, though, not to get too in the semantic of things. Welcome to the channel. We got the lineups for both teams. Teams are coming in. They're warming up. They're getting ready. Joe Linton on screen, coming into the stadium, St. James's Park. We need 3 points at Newcastle United, but so does Forest. And when two men are desperate, we don't know what's going to happen. We are for an unpredictable outcome tonight. In Newcastle. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, Gary. How you doing, mate? We finally got our audio thing sorted. Of course, we're live on radio as well, by the way.
Yeah, it's been a problem for the last 10 minutes for me because I'd got my mic wouldn't work, then my earphones wouldn't work. So I'm talking to Chris and he can hear me, but I couldn't hear him. And we've been sorting loads of technical stuff out. But yes, we're here. I'm excited. An unchanged squad from Newcastle, very strong lineup. So hopefully we can continue the form as we saw in midweek over in Belgium. And lads can, it's all going to click. Looks like Forest have changed their lineup a little bit, gone more defensive, but we're going to get into all that as the show goes on. But yeah, welcome one and all. Hopefully it's a great match for you guys out there. It's a bit blustery and windy after we've got the tail end of Storm Amy just going through us. A lot of damage, I believe, in Sunderland. Apparently, according to all the rumours, they've made lots of improvements. But that's just for another show.
Storm Amy came through, ladies and gents. Yes, right. All right, then. So we got the lineups. We're going to put the lineups in a second. Postecoglou speaking. We'll get when Eddie Howe speaks. We'll put him on screen, of course, if we can. But I see a lot of you getting ready already. Shout out to the chat on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see your chat. We'll read your comments out loud if we get a chance to. We need this Premier League win, says Paul Hurd. I mean, starting with that in itself, before anything else, we need a win. And that should be the mentality of things. But, I mean, Forest, even at home, has been a nuisance as of recent years. I mean, they're in the new management. They are a team that's just trying to figure it out, losing. They have not won yet under Postecoglou. He's feeling pressure. There's rumors out there that if he doesn't win, he wants that. Marinakis, the owner of Forest, wants it to work, but at the end of the day, he's not scared of chopping his neck, as I've read somewhere else. So, I mean, they're under pressure as well. They need 3 points. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one's going to win. But shall we go with the lineup then? We can go with the lineup so people can already start talking about it. And it's going to be Nick Pope, Trippier, Botman. It's unchanged from the USG game. Pope, Trippier, Botman, Joe Linton, Tonali, Gordon, Chiao, Ilanga, Voltemade, Byrne, and Bruno. It's just a 4-3-3. Byrne at the left back, 2 center backs there. I mean, it's the same. So no changes whatsoever. Ramsdale, Schär, Lascelles, Barnes, Kraft, Osula, Murphy, Willock, and Miley in the bench for Newcastle United. What do we have here, Gary, as far as the graphics, as far as the tactics? What do you make? Is it going to be the same of the USG game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be exactly the same. We're going to have, obviously, very limited on the left-hand side, unless you bring Kraft in. And again, rumours say that Kraft's obviously got some injury. And again, we've seen Trippier play that left back position, but again, doesn't give us an attacking formation to any degree. So, listen, for the way I look at it, is Dan Burn the next best? Well, at the minute, yeah, he is, I suppose, as we've got Hall still recovering from his broken ankle. And obviously, Tino's going to be out for 8 to 10 weeks, depending on how he recovers. So new relationships, if you like, new partnerships are being developed throughout the squad, even though these lads have been with us for some time now. So Dan Burn with Gordon. Don't really want to see Anthony Gordon dropping in as deep as as we saw him in Belgium, because we lose that left-hand side. We've got J7 in the side. If we can switch it up a little bit, I think the way Forest have lined up, and again, this is only how I believe they've lined up with the names on the team sheet, they're going to go more with a 5 at the back. Again, looking at the pace that we've got, I don't think they'll have any issues with Voltemada. With Milenkovic, will probably mark him. Jer's coming to the side. Cunha, who plays predominantly on that right-hand side. So, and again, Savonia, the Italian lads come in. So again, I think he'll go to right wing back, Savonia, with Jer dropping into that right back position. We know Morata can play left of centre as well as left back. So again, I think he'll move over to that left centre back position. So when Williams joins the midfield to make it a 4, it'll be a 3-4 at times. So you'll have Savonia on the right side with Williams on the left side of the 4, with Anderson and Yates. And we know Yates is just a yappy little nasty little bugger. Anderson will try and spoil as he does. We've seen him hit his heady heights with the England camp now, doing that work right in the middle of the park. And I believe with Gibbs White coming back in and then Doy in the squad from last week with Chris Woods, they'll utilise more of a box forward in midfield. So you'll probably see these come quite narrow, so you can get balls through the channels here, with Savonia coming in and Williams coming in to make the 4. The one thing that we have to do, and again, we can't be outnumbered with these guys in the middle. We know the quality that these 3 give Newcastle in the middle of the park. So we've got to be careful not to get outnumbered here. So it may need one of the wingmen just to drop in so we can go narrow at times. And again, I would imagine with Elanga's pace, they'll be reliant a little bit more on Gordon again to cover Dan Burn. It does give us a little bit of a negative effect, but again, for me, games are won and lost through the middle of the park. And I think with the quality that they've got here, apart from Yates, like I say, he's just a spoiler. He's literally just there, Joe Linton, if you like, but he's a bit nastier with it. I think if we can outmuscle them here, I think with the pace that Elanga gives us, it will restrict Williams coming forward. Morata's going to try and get across to make a back 4 at times with the 3. So if we can release Gordon a little bit down this left-hand side, I think it will allow us to get balls in and behind them down that left-hand side, knowing what Elanga has done for them last season. They'll certainly try and cut off the avenue down this left-hand side. Now, that's why I believe Postecoglou has gone with this type of setup. It's to try and give them a little bit more strength going forward because, like I say, you get the 3-4-4, but you also get cover right and left side with both Morata and Jer Cunha.
There you go. Thank you very much to our beloved Warren Dinnan for a £2. He's starting the super chat raid here, so thank you very much, mate. There's a lot of balls into Walt to lay off and get forward. Well, that's going to be the game, I think. Obviously, that's his style, so I think that's what's going to happen anyway. We will put up a poll as far as what your predictions are, but let us know in the comment section down below now that you know the lineup. I think I went as far as my prediction. If you're in the prediction tournament, you can certainly change that before kickoff. I think, last one said Gary's going 2-1. So you're going 2-1. What did I say? 3-0 Toon. I think that's I still believe that. I still believe that needs to happen. Now, who is their right wing?
Well, they're right. The right wing, like I say, Gibbs White has come back in. Undoy is obviously stayed in the squad, so he'll either play left hand side or right hand side. He's predominantly right footed, but again, with Morgan Gibbs White, who will play in the 10, but I can imagine he's going to be playing more of a free role, where Undoy plays alongside him. Again, I would have thought with the system that he's trying to play, they'll play two narrow players. Maybe Ndoy will be the decoy and play out wide to try and sit on the likes of Dan Burn. Savogna, obviously, I don't know a lot about Savogna, the Italian lad that's come in. Again, whether they'll just restrict one or two from going too far forward. So maybe Undoy will sit on Dan Burn. Obviously, we know Dan Burn's weakness is pace. So if there's an opportunity for the likes of Undoy to sit on Dan Burn's shoulder, there's a possibility giving Gibbs White that freedom. So there's a couple of different looks at the system. And like I say, we know Morgan Gibbs White literally works really well along the 10 line, whether it's left side or right side. He sees the eye for the pass, if you like, and it will also allow it playing the system the way. I'm just going to set it up now. If they do decide to go to more of a forward at the back to try and free up Williams, which again in turn will try and move Alanga back into into our own half, if you like. So again, it's whether he's got the kahunas to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to put it up on the screen now to show you how this one will look differently if Williams does play the high line with Morata playing more of the left back and Savogna dropping back. And Droy will go out onto the right-hand side and probably play this right channel against Dan Burn. And you'll have literally Gibbs White will just play in the channels just behind Chris Woods to try and pick up the ball from Anderson and Yates through the half slot. So, like I say, there's opportunities either way. But for me, what they'll try and do is pull Alanga into our own half by probably utilising Williams, who's naturally left-sided. Played right back last weekend, but he's naturally left-sided. So again, it's a natural thing for him. And I think the idea is to restrict our wing play, because that's where we've been most dangerous in midweek. We totally destroyed them. And we know what Voltemada brings us, because he can drop in, and I'm hoping it'll pull Milenkovic and Cunha forward just to allow Gordon and hopefully Alanga to reach these heady heights just in behind them. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, because, like I say, we've already, if you like, we've already got that 1-0 up because we've changed Postagoglu's mindset regarding our formation. So he's changed his squad to try and nullify the threat. So it's whether he you can take that as a positive. If I was a coach, I'd take that as a positive, because they've gone quite defensive. But we know if we give them half an opportunity, especially with Gibbs White back in the side, we know what Chris Woods have done to us in the past. If you give him the opportunities, there's every chance they can punish us. So we have to stay tight, we have to stay focused, but most of all, we have to release the pace and get behind them a couple of times, because the more we do that, the more that it'll give us space in front of them to play the ball into channels. I hope it's not a negative effect from Postecoglou. I hope they don't just go and sit on the back on the 18-yard box and try a low block. Because at the end of the day, I want it to be an entertaining match. Even though we've got the ball, I just want... Go on, mate.
You probably won't get that with Postecoglou anyway, which is...
Well, no, Ange Ball has always been a high line on the halfway line. But it just seems a little bit strange the way it seems to, the way he set up this team. It seems a bit strange. Like I say, it looks to me very defensive. He may keep 3 at the back. He may go to a 4 at the back. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah. Mighty win in Bally's today reporting. Let's take a listen to Win.
Update. Just got the news, and Big Dan is indeed at left back. So, Bogey, go and cry in your porridge, son. Yeah, quite happy with that. I thought the team on Wednesday played very well. So, let's have more of the same, and a similar result would be very nice. Thanks very much. Ta-ra.
I'm going to say. Yeah,
there we go. I'm here. So let's see, Eddie Howe. Oh, I'm on mute now. I figured out what it was. Sorry about that one. So he's just taking a piss on. Mighty Wayne's taking a piss on another member of the channel, man. That's all he wanted to say. Unbelievable. That's how that's what reporters do nowadays. Unbelievable, man. So let's take a look at Eddie Howe as he spoke as of now. Let me know if you can hear him. You can hear him?
Nothing, mate.
All right. So actually, what about now?
Up and running against this full club. No goals, no assists since his $75 million move from Nottingham Forest.
Interesting. Let's hear from his head coach, is Eddie Howe.
Eddie, let's start with the team news. 2 changes from your last Premier League game, but it's unchanged from that midweek victory. So what did you see in that victory to keep the team unchanged?
Yeah, I think we saw good fluency from the team. First of all, a very good attitude. I thought it was a really strong performance. And we showed energy as well, so I didn't see a need to change the team today.
How much of a turning point could that victory in midweek be for Newcastle?
Well, we need to use it as such. I think it was great to see us back to our fluent best. We were creating chances. We looked at goal-scoring threat in the game. A lot of the individual players played very well. So we hope to do that again today. But back to the Premier League, we know it's a tough game for us.
Defensively, been really strong at the start of this season, but just lacking the goal. So is that something that you're putting an emphasis on today going forward?
I think we've always got that emphasis. Yeah, we need to attack well. We need to defend well. I think both disciplines are so important. We don't neglect either. We work on both. I just think confidence is such a key thing, and hopefully with those goals in midweek, that can make the difference.
The last time Nottingham Forest were here, it was a 4-3 victory for Newcastle United. So in terms of memories of that game, very entertaining, but can you use that for momentum today?
Yeah, that was a strange game. I think we played really well, and it was really tight at the end, having a big lead. I think there's always certain things you can take, but this will be a new game, different teams. Both teams have made quite a few changes from last season, so we're looking forward to it. It's back at home, and we love playing here.
Eddie, thank you for your time. Good luck today.
There we go. Now I think I'm good now. It's just you can hear me, but they can't. I think. Either way, so thank you very much, all of you. And that was Eddie Howe right there, Queen of Heart. Thank you for gifting 5 memberships. Appreciate you very much, Queenie. Thank you very much once again, supporting the channel as usual. Japadoni has gotten 1. Adam Ball. There's the ball. Maybe you misinterpret him and Kevin Bell. Which I'd call ball as well before. So I fell for that one. CW Cage and Giovanni got in the membership, as well as Jimmy Eats Movies. So there you go. Congrats, all of you, and welcome to the membership club. Please renew your membership when that is up. Warren Denning with a super chat here says, Walt looking good. Disney. He goes, Walt Disney.
Yep.
I predict a riot 6-1. 6-1. Man, I hope you're right.
It would be entertaining if it was.
Marcus says Wolfie hat trick 3-0, but not a walkover. Well, 3-0. That's pretty much a walkover.
I'm going to say that.
So we got some news from Connor here telling us that where was it? Did you send it to me, or who did you send it to? Or maybe he sent that many links that I lost.
He sends quite a few, our roaming reporter, doesn't he?
As far as he says something about
hamstring injury for Lewis Hall.
So Lewis Hall maybe carrying a hamstring, and then also Ramsey not going to not being available tonight, not just because they don't want to risk him.
No.
So that is what's going on there as far as those 2 players are concerned. Well, I mean, it is at the end of the day, we just gotta go out there and win. No excuses. I mean, Baltimore. This could be the strongest lineup we got. I know the Burn is a weak link on the left. There's not going to be, a doubt about that. But Lewis Hall being hurt, I mean, you can say Kraft or well, Kraft. That's it. But that kind of, it just hasn't happened as of late. That I highly doubt that Eddie Howe would just do that. People say Trippier's not as slow as well. I think Tony was saying Trippier's slow as well. So, same issue as Byrne, but it's not the same. One is actually a fullback and the other one isn't. So there's a main difference there. But at the end of the day, at this point, I think it's just a waste of time trying to argue about that point. It is what it is. He's going to play there. More than like, you guys better get used to it. If you don't like Byrne playing there, it's going to continue to happen. So it's what's the point of maintaining that anger?
It is, like I said, it's a gamble whichever way you go. I mean, somebody's put it about Alex Murphy playing there, and yeah, you can. It's like I said, it's the tried and trusted, I suppose. Eddie Howe goes for, and for me, it's like, yes, Dan Byrne was part of that magic defensive line where we conceded the least goals, and like I said, as long as we don't lose something else within the squad, and I think that is what we've got to do. Now, we've either got to say to Dan Byrne, listen, you're good at doing one job and one job only, and that ain't going and supporting the front line. Stay within your realms, if you like, where your strengths are. Anything that's kick long, I want you to win those type of balls, and maybe we can adjust it by going down the right hand side. We've got the out now. We started to see a little bit of a relationship between Kieran Trippier and Elanga in Brussels, where he was playing that ball into the channel. There was a couple of balls, obviously, that wasn't great for Elanga to get onto. So again, like I said before, the only way players get to match sharpness mentally, as well as having that touch of the ball, is by playing games. Now, I'm hoping we're going to see a number of games now with Dan Byrne at left back. We start to see a little bit more of a shape coming back into it. And like I say, not taking that gamble, not rushing too far forward. And hopefully we can adapt the squad to support him. Like I said, I'd rather lose a little bit of J7 in the middle of the park if he needs support. If he does roam forward, maybe J7 can drift across onto that left-hand side to cover the left-back position. But like I said before, the biggest problem for me is getting the best out of your two wide men. And I don't see us getting the best out of Anthony Gordon if he has to drop and play a left-back role. We saw him do brilliantly with the out ball when he was in the right back, covering the right back position in Belgium. And like I say, it led on to a goal. And we know he's got the ability to go ahead and do that. It's like I say, he's better off up the top end of the park for me, pushing against their defence rather than supporting our defence. So there's a lot to question when it comes to players fitting into a role. And this is where good teams work. This is how good teams have to adapt their system to bring in players. And like I say, Kraft just isn't one. We know Trippier has played there, but again, I think there's probably less chance of us seeing Trippier unless something happens to Dan Byrne today, obviously. But the one thing that I must add is the fact that because now we've got all of our centre halves back, it's probably the first time in my lifetime, I don't know how everybody else agrees with this, but we've got such a good mix of centre backs that you could actually put into the the middle of the park to again allow Dan Byrne that freedom down that left hand side, if you like, down that left back. I've never seen that before. Like I say, Malik Chow can drop over to the left centre back position if you want to bring Shah in. So you've got two ball playing centre backs. If you do want to start looking at those percentage balls up front, you've got Botman that we know now he's starting to build a great relationship up with Chow. You've got Byrne who can drop into there, so you can throw Byrne and Botman in there. There is such a good mix in that back line now. It's a shame that, with the two injuries that we've had to the left back scenario, with Tino being out, with Lewis Hall picking this other injury up, coming back from his broken foot. It's limited us to a degree. but I still think we're a strong side. Again, yes, it's limitations, but I think we've got a possibility now to go forward with a bit more confidence than we had this time last weekend. And I think it proved a point. Yes, USG weren't good against us, but is that because we were a class above? And I think it probably was. I think we nullified their strengths and played to ours, and I think that's what we need to do again today. It was really funny to think that we are, 6 games into a Premier League, and all of a sudden now they're talking about this is a relegation match. With us being 15th, Nottingham Forest being 17th, it's a must-win all of a sudden. I'm not sure whether I agree with that at this present moment in time, as we've still got 30 games to go in the Premier League. But I understand the sentiment behind it. I think, like I say, both teams are at the other end of the table to where they want to be. Both coming from a decent season last season, especially Nottingham Forest. They've had a lot of changes within their camp. New faces have come in, new coach come in. So they are desperate to see something happen. Newcastle just need to keep that momentum from what we saw in midweek, and hopefully we can start going on a run now where we get the results behind us. The table doesn't look pretty at the minute.
Yep. By the way, we set up a goal if we can get 10 super chats, but I mean just 8 now because we've gotten 2 super chats from Warren. So help us out if it's the right time to do it. Help us by reaching our goal, 10 super chats on this show right here. We got a long game ahead of us. So stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, very important, and comment. Let us know your comments down below. Mighty Win with more outside of in the area, St. James's Park, and so on.
Good morning. Mighty Win from Bally's in the Toon, where our usual bar has been usurped by Nottingham Forest Supporters Club. They've booked the whole room. How jolly dare they? But a lot of very disgruntled Forest fans. It's looking like Ange could be the worst appointment of all time. So let's hope that doesn't come back to kick us in the nuts. Much discussion on the forum about whether Dan Burn should start at left back. You know my views on that, of course. But anyway, we'll see what Eddie does. There's plenty rest now between now and the next game, apart from the kids that are on international duty, of course. So let's see how we get on. My prediction is 4-0. 4-0. I think it'll be quite comfortable. So have a good show, lads, and we'll see you for the after match.
All right. Wayne says we'll see you for the after match. I think he sent another video as well. So let's just play it all at this moment with another Newcastle United fan. So let's go right now.
Mighty Win here from Bally's as usual, where the Nottingham Forest fans, Liam of whom is one, have taken over our bar. How jolly dare they? But never mind, that's another story altogether. I'll look into the back of that one. So Liam, I just heard you talking there before, saying Ange out.
He'll be out tomorrow morning, mate. Don't you worry about that when we get battered 5-0. Anthony Hanga hat-trick, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. We get sacked.
Old man coming back to haunt you, eh?
Yeah. It's always the case, isn't it? You know the case.
So what were your thoughts about Nuno getting sacked?
It wasn't football related. He wanted out, I think, so nothing we can say about it really. He wanted to go, so he's gone now. On to the next chapter, and probably not the best of options. He'll be sacked tomorrow morning.
And who would you get to replace him if he was?
Replacement? If you want to survive the Premier League, probably someone like Sean Dyche. But if you want to progress, maybe give Hasenhüttl another shot at it. He seemed alright. So
who's that, sorry?
Hasenhüttl. Ralph Hasenhüttl.
All right.
Yeah, I'll give him a go, I would, personally.
Okay, thanks very much,
no
mate. Cheers.
Thank you.
There you go. That was a Forest fan there. Tony T, not counting the super chats you already had. Of course it is. So 10 super chat goal. We had 2 in already, so we can 8 to go. So help us out. 8 super chats to go throughout this show. I see that YouTube created a feature there to create goals, so why not use it? Let's go with some comments here. People are saying their opinions. Gary Moen says maybe he should play Voltemade at left back. He's quicker than Byrne and not as tall. I know you're taking the piss there, but I mean, it's again, it's just playing Voltemade at left back. It's just as crazy as playing Byrne at left back. It's the same. It's the same thing. Same thing. Meals Beast. What about a 3-2 Tonali 4-2 formation? 3 center backs, Gordon, Voltemade up front, but eventually Gordon will be Wissa, and Gordon will go back to left. Yeah, but you got to take somebody. You know, if Wissa comes in place with Voltemade, I wouldn't be opposed to, you know, for her to just have Osula as a backup. I think that's perfectly fine now. Looking at Osula and how he's performing. But then you're going to have to upset somebody else. Take out Ilanga, you're not going to take out Gordon, but take out a midfielder, take out Joe Linton. That's a problem that we're going to have, of course, if he wants to play with 2 center forwards. But I still linger on the fact that I don't think that's Eddie Howe's cup of tea. I think it will be one or the other. I mean, what do you think, Gary?
Yeah, I agree. Just before we go, I just wanted to make sure you've got
Thank you, Rano.
3-0.
There you go, Rano Turnbull. There you go. So we got 7 to go. And another super chat. Chris put me down for 3-0 Toon win in my draw. Please, one of the mods put on the prediction group chat. Rano Turnbull's 3-0. Either way, you know, obviously we're acknowledging.
Yeah, I'll do it while we sorted. Not a problem. So, it's like I said, we know that he doesn't play with a 10, Eddie Howe, but like I said, there's no reasons why we can't adapt. We've seen it before where we've gone narrow and we've played 2 lads outside on the wing, play a little bit more narrower in the middle. So there's room for change. And I think that is, like I said, what Eddie will never tell you is what his plan is, because that coaches don't these days. Right. So you could possibly well see, especially as, you know, if we're chasing a game, we do play with the 10 because again, we've seen it before, you know, with Isak and Wilson playing up top together. So there's always room for change within anybody's squad, but it depends on whether you're trying to nullify the opposition by playing your strongest lineup or trying to come back from a losing situation. And like I said, in the past, we've had to rely on other players to come in and make a difference. And unfortunately, there's not been the quality there that's made much different to the timeline. Apart from Harvey Barnes, if I'm honest. Harvey Barnes has this knack of somehow being able to pull something literally out of nothing. And the Wolves game come to mind when we were losing 1-0 and he came in off the bench and scored 2 worldies. West Ham was another one, you know. So he has that formidable opportunity to create and make something happen in front of the opposition goal. So for me, you know, what Eddie's got now is a lot of players that he has chosen to move Newcastle in the right direction, and that's forward. A lot of these players that Eddie Howe is choosing now within the squad are players that he's brought to Newcastle. So there's no excuses anymore for Eddie Howe. Unfortunately, what comes with that is a lot more pressure. Because, like I say, where before you could always say, you know, I'm trying to play with players that aren't quite at the level. He would never say that, but we got the gist of it. Now he can't. You know, there's a lot of players within this squad now that Eddie Howe has brought to the side, and hopefully, you know, once everybody gets back to match fitness, it'll create somewhat of a headache for Eddie Howe to start picking a 11 that he sees fit to take us forward. And, you know, I like Jacob Ramsey. He's a totally different style of player. Is Willock, as Willock's, you know, role come to an end? I mean, we looked at his face during the presser on Friday with the Willock conversation, and he, like I said, you could see there was something happened behind the scenes, and either Willock's gone knocking at his door, he's not happy. So, like I say, change is around the corner. And it's a case of do we look at moving players out in January to bring in other centre midfielders? Well, according to a lot of the rumours out there now, we are scouting a lot of attacking midfielders. So are we looking for a new 8 or a potential 10? Let's see.
Yeah, as Connor was sharing, Craig Hope, I just seeing it here now that Craig Hope as well Lewis Hall saying that Lewis Hall has a hamstring injury and will be will be sent for a scan. So that is a worry. I don't know what's happening there. I mean, he clearly was favoring something because he hasn't been available. He played though. Hasn't been available since starting them or playing a lot of minutes, but he's also played. He played the last game.
And that's the problem when you bring players back a little bit too early. You know, it's like it's lovely to think that you can probably throw them in the reserves, in the under-21s, and get a couple of games under your belt to get them up. But unfortunately, we're not in that situation at the minute. And I think Eddie Howe realises the fact that under the pressure that you get when you're not having the results required, and again, you know, the first 3 games played without a centre forward, you do get disillusioned a little bit, and you do have your arm tied up against up your back a little bit, where you're trying to make the right decisions going forward for the results. But unfortunately, it's at the detriment of injuries, and we've obviously seen that to Lewis Hall, not quite ready. And he's obviously done that in training, because there was certainly no visual side effects of his 15 minutes that he came on and played the last weekend. So it's obviously something that he's picked up in training. How severe the hamstring injury is, we'll see in due course when the scan results come back. So fingers crossed, it's only a strain rather than a tear within the tissues. So fingers crossed, a couple of weeks he'll be back. But luckily, we have got the international break coming up, so that will favour us anyway.
Let us go with some more comments here from the folks. Percy says, I can't see anything but a win for Newcastle. There you go. Hopefully that's the case. Paul Mo, I've said it before, Wood and Elliott in our pockets, says Paul. Ginger says, Chris, Dan Burn left back again. Our favoritism by the manager. Well, quite honestly, I don't know that he has much of a choice right now.
No.
So if we don't have much of a choice, again, I mean, you can say Kraft could play there. I think that Kraft and Burn are left back. I think probably Kraft can do probably a better job, just simply keeping up in the defending side of things. But look, it's not enough for me to pick an argument at this point. So that's where I'm at. Listen, we've argued already about that. I think that's very much the case. He's not. You can look at Dan Burns in the first 30 minutes. Dan Burn in the first 30 minutes today, same as it's going to happen against. It happened against USG. He was knackered. You can look at his face, man. He's knackered. Now you can say, well, I mean, he's trying to do a job for the coach, and maybe the coach knows what's happening. That Burn is not good at left back, but he sees that's the only option. Now, at the end of the day, I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles at this point. Gavin Fuller, I think Eddie doesn't want to drop Burn because of the World Cup, but I think it will hurt him more because he's not a left back. Burn and Shar should be second choice. Well, that could be a different conversation. I will agree with Gary when he's been saying actually all week now that Eddie Howe might be scared of not scared, but he doesn't want to drop Burn, so he wants to. But I think everything is falling into place for him to keep him on the lineup. Now, if you tell me that Lewis Hall is fit and Livermento's fit, and then I tell you, yeah, I mean he shouldn't be playing 100%. But I don't think he's doing that because of the World Cup. But, I think there's a little bit of favoritism, if you ask me. But I mean, every coach has favorites, to be honest. But you can argue with, we're losing now. We're losing points. We need points. So the everything that Eddie Howe does now is going to be under the lights. And unfortunately, unless we start winning, when we start winning, people forget about it. It's just majority forget about what's happened. So. Steve got it here. I'd rather us play Trips and Kraft as fullbacks than Burn. No disagreement there. I mean, again, it's either choice. Warren did, and I can see a lot of cars today, even a red or two. Man, I hope not. I hope that's not the case. Ads here says, what does Eddie see in Burn left back? As we all know, it just doesn't work. Let's hope he is on it today. As pace against him does concern. Well, but that is also my issue, Because if you tell me he needs to start, that's the only choice I got. All right, let's see how he does. Perfect. Let's see how he does. More than likely, it's not going to go well. But if you got a right wing or a right back that's killing them, left and right, he's not keeping up. He is knackered. You as a manager have to understand that, look, I got to do something now because it's a hole. It's an open hole. They're getting in. They're about to score, and you need to fix that. I don't see that proactiveness in Eddie Howe to do that. I think he will just try Burn and say, he'll figure it out, and that is the issue right there. I don't know that if Burn is completely losing it and can't keep up, that he will make a change. I don't think so. What do you think? I don't think he'll do that. I don't think he'll take Burn out.
No, I think the biggest thing, for me is continuity. It's like we've been talking about players, and my biggest problem with any manager, excuse me, got to clear that one. When I see a player that gets moved left to right, right to left, it takes time to adapt. Mental shift, pattern in play, everything else changes with what's being shown and learnt within the training area, if you like, through the week. And that's what we've seen. We've all seen the issues that we've had from players like the likes of Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes, going from left side of midfield to right side of midfield. It don't work. We've seen Tino go from left back. Lewis Hall comes on. Tino goes to right back. Doesn't work. Sometimes it takes 10 or 15 minutes to get your mindset into that frame of play. And it's exactly the same for a centre half. Playing centre half all season, or the first 6 games, you feel about, say, 4 games, your mindset is totally different. And then you push yourself over to that left-hand side because the gaffer's told you so. And then your mindset changes because you are limited on your abilities to make a difference to the squad. The difference that Eddie Howe sees in Burn is more the fact that he's homegrown type of player, and I mean that, but he's come through our ranks and stayed with us. I'm on about the passion, the mentality. He's a Geordie lad. You'll get that extra 5% out of him. So Eddie, and you heard that in his interview, he wants 1 or 2 players that give that homegrown feeling. That he was talking about Harvey Elliott. Elliot Anderson. Bloody hell. I'll get the names sorted in my head in a minute. And when he was talking about having that passion about the club, he wants that. He wants to remain with that. And I think, as crazy as it looks, when you look at it, that helps pick Dan Burn. It's the same as when he was talking about having a goalkeeper that can give you that 1 or 2%. Why has he kept Pope? You know what I mean? And there's a counter argument for that because he's brought in a keeper that plays better with his feet than Pope does. But we all know what Pope brings you as a shot stopper. He's one of the best in the Premier League as we speak. So I think you've got to take it for where it's due. And I think what Eddie Howe must look at Dan Burn is risk over reward. What am I risking to get the reward? If I throw in Alex Murphy, bless him, who has played there, he's a young kid, does find himself out of position a lot of times, does get beaten a lot of times. I've watched him a hell of a long time now, and unfortunately, I think it would become rabbit in headlights. So if you was to go to the youngsters, have we got a good quality player to come in and fill that left-back role? No, we haven't. So then you go to your more senior players. Somebody put in there, could Malik Chow play left-back? Well, Malik Chow's comfortable at playing right-back. He's done so in the past, but he's never played left-back. Now, when you've got a player who has that ability to throw his hand in the air and say, listen, Gaffer, if you want me to play left centre-back, there isn't much of a shift mentally to play 5 to 10 yards different to how you would normally. But to go and play on another wing in a vulnerable position, it puts a lot of pressure on you. Now, for me, Dan Burn, being a natural left footer, he's tackling with his strength, if you like, as long as players don't come on the inside of him. And I think that is sometimes where you will see a lot of vulnerability in players that are tackling on their wrong foot. Because sometimes you rely very much then on pace to get you the right side of the player, to utilise your body strength to get them off balance. So for me, he's got a lot of positives, Dan Burn, but the weaknesses also comes with it. And I think it's like I say, it's risk and reward. If I risk playing somebody else, is the reward going to be the same? And I don't think it will be. I just don't think we've got enough players within the squad. And to be fair, when Tino went over there, when we lost Louis Hall for the first time, it was a massive, though everybody questioned it. And Tino lit the world alight, when he played that. It was watching somebody completely different play more of the same style as Louis Hall. And I think everybody applauded that. Now, when Dan Burn plays there, it's a different style altogether. And like I say, Eddie will have to change our style of play to set Dan Burn up properly without risking too much.
And just to remind you folks, please hit the like button. Help us reach 100 likes. We only got 88, I believe at the moment. So please hit the like button. Someone now help us out. And the lineups are going to be for Forest first. Just to remind you all, Sales, a few former Newcastle United players. Matt Sales, one of them. Williams, Morato, Anderson, Gibbs, White, Wood, Ndoye, Yates, Jair Cunha, Milinkovic, and Savona, with John Murillo, Sangare, Hudson-Odoi, Dominguez, Jesus, Hutchinson, McAtee, and Bakwa in the bench. Good players, man. Good players there. Igor Jesus is very good. Very good. And actually some criticize Postecoglou, saying he should be playing. I think obviously Hudson-Odoi, we already know about him. Sangare is decent, very good. I like Bakwa. McAtee, we should have signed him. So, decent player for Forest. And Newcastle United, of course, unchanged with Nick Pope, Trippier, Butman, Joe Linton, Tonali, Gordon, Chow, Ilanga, Voltamare, Byrne, and Bruno Guimaraes, with Ramsdale, Shar, Lascelles, Barnes, Kraft, Osula, Murphy, Willock, and Miley. We'll see what Willock can do. Willock seems a bit knackered at the moment. But one player that's kind of looking different is William Osula. Every time he comes on, he looks sharper and sharper, less lackadaisical, less of a, just energized bunny hopping all around the pitch without any purpose. I think that that play to score the last goal against USG, that took a lot of good decision making, good run, and of course a settled touch to make Harvey Barnes available to shoot that ball, that nice pass there. So not gonna lie, I mean, Osula's looking better and better. Maybe this is his time to shine. Whether it's going to be enough to play over Wissa and Voltamare, time will tell. But what do you guys make in the chat as well about William Osula? I think he's looking different.
Yeah, like I say, he stepped away from the big boy antics, if I'm honest with you. And again, I don't know whether that's because of things that have happened behind the scenes. Because, like I say, we've often seen, especially social media issues, where you've got Osula, Willock, and obviously back then it was Isaac, all sat round dining tables at somebody's home, and they were all having a bit of a laugh and a joke. I think Eddie Howe is looking at him, especially with the age group that he's in now, to knuckle down and start showing a little bit more energy on the field of play rather than off it. We know he's a bit of a Jack the Lad, and I quite like that. It just shows a little bit of, the lad's got a bit of balls, and he dances in front of the cameras. He's got a lot going about him. What we haven't seen a lot of is the tactical side of it. What he can do on a football field. And that's what he's getting paid for. Not his show off, not his dance moves, not his singing, not his performances, if you like. He's there to prove that he can play football at the highest level. And he has changed. I thought some of his runs when he came on, even against Arsenal, were good. Was it against Arsenal? I can't remember. I mean, we saw him scored against Liverpool. I can't remember now. Some of his runs that I saw on Wednesday looked really good. Obviously he played the perfect ball through to Harvey Barnes to score. And that takes, again, that element of skill. I know people just say it's a pass through into space, but unless it's played at the right management, if you like, at the right pace, then you've still got a player that's going to run onto the ball without changing his stride. And Harvey Barnes was able to do that. because of the pace of the ball. So there's a hell of a lot that I've seen in Osula over the last couple of weeks to say that he's trying. What we need to see now is him hit the back of the net a few times, and that will just bring on confidence.
For sure. Well, granted, if you think about it, he's been doing it. He's been scoring. I mean, I'm sure if you look at the opportunities he's gotten, he's got a good percentage. So Gary Mond, as I mentioned, Osula, his whole body language is different. Something has clicked with that guy, says Gary there. Warren did, and I've liked him. There you go. Come on. Hit the like button, folks. Hit the like button. Scott Edwards, hopefully get the win today. Start moving up that table. We certainly need points on the table. That is very much the truth right now for Newcastle United. You know, we can say everybody else is in trouble. Forest is not doing well and all of that, but we were just 1 point above Forest. So what's the difference there? We also have to look in the mirror and perform. Billy the Fish, Highway the lads, keep it tight at the back. Use a full width of the park. Let us know your predictions as well in the chat, folks. Let us know what you think the score will be tonight. Waldo, it will be a fluid back four in 3 at times during the game. Burn, ideal for that situation, says Mr. Waldo. Ricky, no excuses for Ange. He's got to do better with those players. You got good players, yeah. Got good players. So, unfortunately, when it comes to bad runs, eventually they have to come to an end. And they have not won a game in a long time. I hope it's not tonight. I mean, the last time that we thought we were going to run over Forest, Wood scored a hat trick in crazy ways. So I wouldn't put anything past this matchup tonight. We just gotta come out, put our foot on their neck, and just get it over with.
Yeah, we've just had some breaking news, which isn't good news, to be fair.
A
lot of rumours coming out now that Wissa has done his ACL, and we will be lucky to see him play this season. That's why Newcastle reported Congo to FIFA, and that's why they are covering his wages during his absence.
Congo is?
Yeah, so when he was on international duty,
we have though.
Well, they are covering his wages while he's off. But according to the rumours that are coming out now, he has.
Who's saying?
Well, again, this has only come from our roaming reporter, so I've yet to see the full detail of that. But we know Connor does get some information from somewhere. So, yeah, it's something we need to look into.
Connor, send all that stuff to that NTTV Live News Update for live shows, the group, so we can all get in and see. But, yeah, I mean, that's if that is the case, then that's not good at all. And, I mean, that's not good at all. I don't know how to take that one right before kickoff. Thanks, Gary.
No.
But hey, listen, we don't say what we like. We say what we need to. We got to report what's being out there, regardless if it's a good or bad story. So, but yeah, that's not good. That's not good. The lads are coming out of the tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Wood, Pope, Malik Chiao, the next Van Dijk. You mark my words. Byrne, Butman, Altamada in the building as well. The Geordies coming out with the famous Hey Jude. Na, na, na. Forza Tonali, one of the flags, in the building. Mighty win in his place under the E. He's probably starting to lay back, starting to fall asleep, starting to nod off. Well, there you go. Eddie Howe mentioned that we need to use our midweek game, USG, as motivation. Will it be? Can we do it? Kickoff is next in the next 2 minutes or so stay tuned. Hit the like button, folks. Help us out as we go on and seek 3 points today at St. James's Park. I don't think it's going to be as easy as people think, man. I said 3-0, though, but, I mean...
Yeah, I changed my thought process because I was like you. I thought 3-0, carry on. But But like I said, it's one up mentally for me because Ange has changed the system to try and nullify the threat. So that's like I say, pressure's on him massively. But listen, pressure's on exactly the same with Eddie. We are 15th and 17th in the table, respectfully, and it's a 6-pointer all day long for both sides. And I don't mean that so early on in the start of the season. It's a case of creating some momentum before the international break because both teams need it. So a lot of pressure on Postecoglou. I mean, they've gone 18, I think it is, 18 games without a win in all competitions going on from last season. So I don't know. This is one to watch for me. And like I say, he has got issues behind the scenes when it comes to it. When you look at, I've just got some notes here. The only game that really matters, of course, playing against a team and a club that has turned into a bit of a mess. Forest winning only 3 of their last 18 games in all competitions, none at all in these most recent 6 under Ange Postecoglou, and conceding 13 goals in these last half dozen. No reason why United can't make it consecutive wins for the first time this season and head into the latest international break full of momentum and growing in confidence. There you go. So it's an interesting one. Just going on from what we just said, apparently this is rumours all over X. The same people who said Wissa had setbacks a week before the journos reported it.
All right, we'll see if that has any truth to it. Hopefully not. We are set to kick off right now, ladies and gents, so please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. And if you are listening all over the radio directories online, shout out to you, and you can watch us live on YouTube, of course. So there you go. Eddie Howe versus Postecoglou. Who will it be? All right. Set to kick off, ladies and gents. Forest will be the ones. Yates to start the game. The referee has blown the whistle, ladies and gentlemen. We are underway now at St. James's Park. We are live. A bit blurry, but we're live anyway.
Yeah, it's as good as we're going to get it, I suppose. That sunshine doesn't help us either, does it?
No, not at all. But here we go. Forrest already with the throw-in. Intriguing game on Tyneside. I just don't like the feeling that Forrest has to win as well. But here we go. J7. And now with Malik Chiao. Newcastle United. Hoofing the ball up there. My goodness. Another throw in now for Newcastle. Sandro Tonali playing with Mr. Botman. Malik Chiao. Back to Botman. Newcastle looking for an outlet. Bruno now with Ilanga. Ilanga tries to get through. And Newcastle United get the ball back. Effortless, I may say, with Tonali. Trippier and Botman. Malik Chiao, who's got his own chant now. Didn't take long enough.
No. Come on now.
Gordon.
Come on, Anthony.
Anthony Gordon. Back to Chow. And Newcastle with Ilanga now on the right wing. 1-1. Anthony Ilanga. Nice ball in there, but
it's a poor ball.
Not accurate. Tonali back to Ilanga. Tonali putting pressure there on the right side for Newcastle. Woods there trying to get the ball. It's not going to be a foul. The referee says play on, play on. Well done there by the Magpies. Forrest gets the ball back with Gibbs White. Gibbs White on the ball.
Yeah, Williams over the top to Ndai. Look, I think that's going to be the
the situation there. Well done, Tonali. Well done, Tonali, getting the
done.
ball back. Well, we lose the ball, though. Now with Anderson. And now Yates. Back to Milenkovic. Three center backs for Forest. Milenkovic in the middle. So, interesting. Here we go. Anderson then with the pass.
Well done, Botman.
White there looking for it. So well done there, Botman. And now on the run is Anthony Gordon. Well, he has to pulse back. And now Newcastle United resetting in the middle. Bruno Guimaraes playing with Kieran
Well done,
Trippier.
Alanga. That was great run.
On the run. Trippier looking for somebody.
What a ball.
Voltamara! And he cannot reach it. He cannot reach it. Thumbs up, though, for that play.
Yeah, nice
Trippier.
play. And really good running from Alanga there, because obviously coming on the inside, it allows that space for Trippier then to exploit on the outside. So well done for that. A lot of these runs you see, a lot of people don't see, and it really opens up the platform for players to exploit if they can see and have the vision to do so.
I will put it on in just a second. I forgot to put the timer on. That's not good.
We're on 4 minutes, guys. That's where we are. So Morata. So again, Newcastle 3 defenders sitting deep on the halfway line. They are definitely pushing on. Williams now on that left-hand side. He's literally just going to hang it up into the middle, and it's just easily into Pope's hands. And again, like I say, it's like the system that Posh is trying to play now. He's just allowing them guys just to play their fullbacks, the wing backs, if you like, as up as he can. So Botman, Bruno now, and out to Trippier, just inside his own half now. Trippier looks up and he tries to get it down to Alanga. And again, it's just nice play. Tonali and out to Burn, and just taking it easy at the minute. Newcastle just keeping the possession. So Tonali, Chow, and then just out to Trippier. Alanga on the inside there. On to Bruno, back out to Alanga on the edge of the box. It's a bit of a heavy challenge, but the referee says no, carry on. They've both gone down, to be fair, and it's been kicked out of play. Both stayed down that time. And again, it was just a coming together of bodies, to be fair. It was looked a bit dodgy on the Nottingham Forest kneecap there. Ooh, that's going to hurt. Yeah, it looks nasty, that. There could be some medium. Morata, he's struggling at the minute because, like I say, that was a hell of a challenge on his knee there.
All right, the timer should be there. You guys can sync with us to what we're seeing. Milenkovic. Be careful. Pressing now from Newcastle United. There we go.
Well done, Anthony Gordon.
Now throwing now for Forest. There you go. Yep. Young lad. Kieran Trippier.
Baltimore trying to split them two centre-backs.
Tonali looking for somebody who's going to pass it to Trippier. Trippier back to Tonali. Tonali has to play back to Malik Chiao, and now Botman. Newcastle with the ball, with the control of the game. Burn to Gordon. Gordon,
Go on,
Joe Linton, back to Gordon. Voltemada.
Nice
Tonali,
play.
Gordon.
Come on now. Out again. Out.
Here we go. And here's the Magpies coming through. Ilanga now on the right wing. Ilanga with the cross. Ilanga to somebody. And that's going to be a corner for Newcastle United.
Unlucky. Nice play. That was really good interchange into the middle. Again, playing the way you're facing, not taking any risks, and good running again from inside to out from Ilanga to give Trippier the chance to feed the ball down to him on the edge of the box. Just a shame that the ball didn't come into the box. But we've got a corner, so let's see what comes off it.
A corner now for Newcastle. Here's Trippier with the corner. Not Tonali anymore. Interesting. Malik Thiaw winning that header, but not good enough. Gordon now with the ball, trying to look for it. Yeah. Nobody can control it. Trippier is going to reach it. Tonali now, and now Botman. J7 with the ball in the midfield for Newcastle United. J7 looking for somebody. Back to Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno to Gordon. Gordon now on the left wing for the Magpies. Gordon dancing.
Great.
Well done there, Joe.
Lovely football.
Burn with a low quality pass there to J7.
Some nice movement from Anthony Gordon, to be fair. He needs a big game, if I'm honest with you. We saw a little bit of Anthony Gordon to what he can do. But like I say, Premier League is where it counts. And this is another piece of armory, though, that we hadn't seen in the past. Throw-ins. Look at that, to the penalty spot. That's a hell of a throw from Dan Burn.
It is. There's a foul there, though, in favor of Forest. Thank you very much, Random Access, for the super chat on YouTube. Says great commentary, lad. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate that very much indeed. There's now 6 super chats to go, folks. And Yates is on the ground now.
I mean, look at the tussle in there between Voltemada and Yates.
Yeah.
It was just holding, wasn't it? Yeah.
Williams. Now, the goalkeeper, be careful. Good pressing there by the Magpies. Dan Burn with the ball.
Go on, Burn.
Burn, well done to Gordon. Gordon, nice.
Shifts it.
Gordon inside. Gordon looking for a shot, but he's going to have to pass it to
Take it out of your feet and have a go.
Trippier with the pass.
Go on!
Now Joe Linton.
Oh!
Right into the goalkeeper's hands. And
great play again from Newcastle, to be fair.
Interesting. Good passes there. Trippier. That was going to go with Voltemada, by the way. Voltemada was going to have a shot off that one, but of course, don't blame Joe Linton. He saw the opportunity.
He was running onto the ball, wasn't he? So,
yeah.
Perfect.
And here we go, Newcastle pressing again. And once we press, we do very well. Sells has to hoof it. Back to Burn now on the left side of things. Joe Linton to Gordon. Savona is going to play pass to Cunha. Anderson. Cunha. Gives White. Anderson now with the ball. Elliot Anderson. The boy from Whitley Bay.
Yeah.
Anderson. Has to pass it back to Morato. Back to Anderson. And now Forrest putting a few passes together. Ndoye. And the cross into the box. Well done there by Button. Or is that Burn? Yeah, Burn. Back to Forrest. Ndoye. Milenkovic. Oh, be careful there. Morata that was, I'm sorry. Tonali. Tonali with the ball. Newcastle can't get out. Trippier loses the ball, but back to Tonali, who's going to let it go for a throw-in. But that was risky there by Trippier.
Yeah, Trippier. Yeah, it was.
12 minutes underway, ladies and gents.
It's just going to be straight back to Forest. Why have you done that, for God's sake? I mean, it has been it's one of them, isn't it, where you look, there's been elements of really good play and then elements of really poor play from both sides. I mean, you can see it's very cagey at the minute, and nobody wants to commit too far forward.
And here we go, Savona now with the cross. Be careful. Byrne is going to battle for that ball. Nothing there. The referee blowing the whistle, though. He's called foul by Savona. And here we go.
Isn't it funny, though? Every time Byrne does something wrong, the chat goes mental. And yet you've just seen Trippier throw the ball directly to Nottingham Forest and nobody says a thing, which created more problems than Dan Byrne. Mad.
Interesting. Gordon.
Oh, well done.
Now on the left wing.
Great cross.
Oh. And back out there, though. That's going to be a corner.
That's a corner, yeah.
Cunha looking for a throw-in, but no. Or maybe it is. Well,
it should be. Well, he's not giving it. He's giving it a throw-in by the looks of it. But that's like a corner for Dan Byrne. It's got to be a corner because Dan Byrne's got into the middle. So it was a corner.
A corner now for Kieran Trippier. Tonali not in charge of set pieces anymore, which is shocking.
Come on.
The referee's looking for something here. Hold on. Wait a minute. We got to.
The linesman's got a problem with his ear.
A communication problem there for the referee.
That's why I said it's gone too smart, hasn't it now? Driven to the back of the box.
Cross
Go
there,
on.
and
It's headed back.
It's not going to be enough. Oh, what a save there. Oh, what a save by Matt Sells. Joe Linton with the header.
Yeah,
look at that one. Who won that one? Is that Botman that won that battle?
Botman.
And then Joe Linton with the header and Matt Sells.
Yeah. Oof. Good save that was, to be fair, because it was just took it into the near post, wasn't it? Good. I mean, it was a good header from J7, to be fair, because he had to use a lot of neck muscles from that header back from Botman.
Here you go. Tonali tries to get through. The referee says, "Jockey, Tonali." Williams. Back to Anderson. Yates. And now Mr. Williams is going to have to pass it back to Anderson in the hospital ball there. But Forrest still with the throw, and Joe Linton and Anderson hugging each other.
Having
a bit of
a
bit of a dance off.
It looked like there was a bit of something on Tonali there, having a look at the replay of that one. The referee's just allowed it to continue. So, again, we've got to, have a bit of the run with these officials. It seems as though everything that J7 does gets penalised, and yet a lot of the time, whatever Newcastle get just goes unseen a lot of the time.
Yeah. Here we go. Morgan gives White. Well done there, Joe Linton. Still in that ball.
Linton.
What is Joe Linton doing?
He saw Sellers off the...
That's not going to be good enough. But interesting steal, interception. A bad pass by Anderson. And there you go.
That's clever. That's class.
Tonali there. Doing well against Ndoye. Bad pass there to Ilanga. And now be careful. Anderson gliding forward. And that might be a foul, ladies and gentlemen. And that is going to be a foul, unfortunately, for the Magpies. And let's take a look again. Anderson getting through, and Trippier there. Well, yeah, you can argue that's a foul. It certainly looked like one. So the referee said it is.
I can't see any difference between that and what happened with Toon Army, if I'm honest with you. That's what I'm saying. It beggars belief for me because Anderson, yeah, he was under a bit of pressure, and all Trippier was doing was, it was like the same as everybody else does. It was just getting your player off balance, and it seemed as though Elliot Anderson went down too early for me. Again, I go back to where I said before. It's about time we started getting some of these decisions because we just don't seem to get a lot of them. Dangerous position this though for Newcastle. So,
yep, very much. I mean, you would assume that Anderson is the one, or maybe Morgan Gibbs-White.
Morgan Gibbs-White, I would have thought.
Dangerous free kick against Newcastle, folks.
I mean, Williams is a natural left footer if he wants to take it out the wall and back into that far post, but it takes some doing. I think to shape it into the bin, if you like, on the right side of Trippier is what they'll try and do.
Oh, Tonali there with an issue. Tonali's taking no love lost.
Yates is just trying to push him out the way, you see, to make space for Gibbs-White to look at, and Tonali's having none of it. You watch Yates push him out the way now to create that space.
Yeah, and Tonali not having it. Gibbs-White there. And here we go. Oh, nice punch there by Pope. Directly at Pope, I may say, but good enough to punch it out of there. Milinkovic now with the pass.
Good ball, that.
All the way to the other side. That's going to be a foul.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There was just no power, was there, in that?
No.
I mean, it does come through a couple of bodies, but I mean, I'd have been disappointed if that had beaten Pope.
Yeah, right at Pope. And we are 20 minutes underway in this first half, ladies and gentlemen. Voltamara with a nice pass to Trippier. Dropping deep. Pass to Elanga. That's not going to get through him. Morato. The thing is that Morato, that somebody goes down. I think that's what we want is Morato guarding Elanga. If they're one-on-one, he's not going to keep up with Elanga. But we're not really attacking much with the wing.
No. Again, it's the system that Forest are playing because they're playing with the 5 when we've got the ball, and it's a midline drop off. So we've got the space here. Look, if you want to play the ball early out to the likes of Trippier, but the lads just keep deciding that they want to go through the middle. And again, Tonali's just run through a closed door there. And there was no need to do that. They could have just played the ball out to Trippier and moved players across. It's something that we need to start doing a lot quicker, in my opinion.
And a deep ball there for Elanga or Voltamare. None of them can reach that one. And Williams back to Anderson. Milinkovic back to Sells. Sells looking for Gibbs-White on the right side. Well done there by Yates, and Gibbs-White getting through. White with the pass. Oof. And Trippier done brilliantly there to save Newcastle United.
Yeah.
That ball was going directly at Woods.
A give and go behind Dan Burn, and that's where I said, if Dan Burn gets too close on that left-hand side, he hasn't got the pace to recover. No, he can't get too close. He's got to be sensible there and give 5 yards.
There we go, Voltamara, and he's going to be brought down. A foul called by the referee. There we go, Newcastle on the run. Joe Linton. J7 to Gordon on the left. Gordon on the run now on the left. It's going to cross it.
Go on.
To nobody. Burn, and he just pushed.
Oh, jeez.
Gibbs-White. I mean, Cannot make those silly fouls, man. That cross right there previously gets through Chow and Trippier just in time.
It's a good. Well, but I was just looking again. It was Botman that got skinned in that position as well, in that left-sided position. So we've got to be, like I say, very careful not to be drawn into that left-sided position because we are limited when it's pace to get back. So well done for the boys. It was a really poor touch from Wood, to be fair. It was a great ball in from Morgan Gibbs-White, but really poor touch from Wood, luckily.
A poor pass there by Byrne again. I mean, it's not his style of play, so he just has to pass it to the player in front of him and keep it simple. Here we go, back to Botman. Tonali. Trippier with Ilanga. Ilanga and Williams. Ilanga and Trippier with the poor ball there. Tonali back to Ilanga. Well done there. Oh, what a nice intentions there by Bruno, but couldn't get through. And yes, the referee is going to call a foul, and Newcastle United players are losing their mind at the referee. A foul call on Woods. Let's take a look. Butman. That's not a foul, man. How can you be a foul? He didn't even go behind him. He literally put his leg in front of him and anticipated that ball. That's not a foul at all. Again, Forrest with the ball. Voltemada pressing. Ilanga doing some of the pressing as well. Back to Sells. Sells is going to hoof it all the way to the center circle. Be careful with Jolinta's header. Malik is going to have to figure this one out. Well done there by Malik Chow.
Malik Chow, yeah.
Getting out of the danger area. Sandro Tonali. Back to Trippier. And a handball could be. That could be a yellow if it's a handball, but if it's clear and evident that that's a yellow card now.
Yeah, that's
a yellow card. I mean, he literally put his hands up, so that's incredible. That Gordon now
going the wrong way.
Really low. Anthony Gordon starting to go back up. Joe Linton in the midfield for the Magpies. Back to Gordon.
J7,
Gordon,
what are you doing, lad?
Poor ball there by J7. That's
a
poor pass.
Stupid ball. I mean, again, you look at percentages. There's so many options there for J7 to actually pass the ball out to the right hand side. Trippier's free. If you want to take a little bit more off it, go backwards. Keep hold of the ball. But he plays a ball which is a hospital ball into nobody. It's just ridiculous, really, when you watch some of the balls that these guys are playing.
What a nice pass there by Bruno. Ilanga with the cross. Nobody home.
Nobody at that back stick again.
Gordon, Byrne, gamble again, and Joe Lintus had a save. I think that could have been a foul there, I think. But
look at that, another ball from J7.
Another ball by J. Yeah. What are we doing there? J7 with the foul.
And now he's just had a kick out at. He's going to get booked. You watch this.
I think that might be a book. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing, jumping around. But J7 losing it a little bit. Morgan Gibbs-White having a few words for J7. The referee talking to J7, telling him, listen, I don't want to book you, so you might want to make my life a little bit easier next time. But here we go. And that was a bit of a shove there. That was a foul, no doubt about it. I mean, you put your arm like that. And
I think it's more this one, isn't it? I mean,
no, this one was
Elliot
the one
Anderson,
called,
yeah. He's just come through the back of Anderson there. And like I say, after just having that shoulder to shoulder, he's questioned it.
Be careful now. Morgan Gibbs-White on the right.
Down there.
Exactly. It's too easy against Byrne at the moment.
Yeah.
And Gibbs White back now with Mr. Savona. Savona back to White. Gordon coming. Just look at Gordon and Joe Linton having to help out on the left side. I mean, it's as clear as day, ladies and gents.
We knew that. I mean, this is what I said. It's not something that I don't think, Eddie Howe, in all honesty, would have gone into this game and said, just let him play his own game. The biggest I find with J7, it's the balls that he's given away. Now,
yeah, that too.
It's criminal, because what you're doing is putting more pressure on the likes of Dan Burn in this position, because you're giving the ball back to the opposition. And any players worth the quality, and I mean we all know Morgan Gibbs White has that in his locker where he can give and go behind. So we are bringing that pressure on ourselves. You can't blame Dan Burn for that. It's like I said, we've got to retain possession. If we've got the ball, then they can't hurt us.
Tony says it shouldn't take 3 players to cover one position, mate. But you're the one that says the Burn plays amazing as a left back. So which one is it? Unfortunately, players will have to help him out because he cannot keep up. And listen, it's not about Burn playing left back at this point. I think that's the only option that we got. If you really think about it, maybe not. But at least he can't put ourselves in a position where he's putting poor passes and trying to go forward and getting too close to Morgan Gibbs White when he knows he's going to get beat. He has to be smart. Here we go with the cross. Bruno Guimaraes.
Get off the floor.
Burn was there waiting for the header.
Didn't get off the floor, though.
No, he was waiting for the ball, certainly.
Come on, Elanga.
Elanga cannot get through it. Here we go. Tonali back with the ball. The referee calls foul once again.
Oh, my God.
Referee's chopping up the game.
He was criticised at the Leeds game last weekend for doing exactly this. Stop, start for every coming together of players. And I mean, you could say that J7 did have his arms in the back of him, but it's every player has their arms into somebody, and like I say, it's beggars belief how they can see it in a black and white shirt and nothing else. The Forest contingent in the heavens there.
Tonali. And Tonali is also calling for a foul on the referee.
Yeah, exactly.
To the referee. Voltemara there having to come down. Not much for Voltemara. Not much given to him, to be honest.
No, I was going to say, he's not had much to deal with today, to be fair. He's been muscled.
There we go. Oh, and that's going to be...
Jesus, referee, come on.
An arm and an elbow by
Yates again.
Yates, captain for Forest. That tells you a lot.
Yeah. Mad dog.
Let's take a look here. Oh, yeah. Forearm right into the chin of Bruno.
First booking of the day for Yates.
Yellow card there.
Wouldn't surprise me.
"31 minutes underway, ladies and gentlemen, in this match. Newcastle United 0, Forest 0. Tonali with this center circle free kick. Tonali with the execution. Burn with the touch. Joe Linton outside of the box. Here, Gordon 1-on-1, and Gordon, I guess, thought that Joe Linton was going to overlap, but
yeah, which he probably would have done if it was Tino or Hall. You know what I mean? So again, it's the understanding again. Right, it was the right choice to have a go, but obviously the wrong person mentality to do the tactical play, if you like, because that would have been ideal for J7 just to whip that ball into the box there.
And here we go. And Doy fighting with the ball against Trippier. And the referee doesn't call that foul. Anderson. And Forrest now with the ball. Back to Anderson. Well taken there by Tonali. Tonali on the run. Sandro Tonali. And that's going to be a foul. And maybe a yellow. It is going to be a yellow against Williams. Yeah, it's a very choppy game.
I don't even see why he's got any complaints about that, if I'm honest with you. Oh, I have now. Well, now I've seen it from the other camera angle. Tonali did skid him there, to be fair.
Yeah.
From the one camera angle, it looked awful. From the camera behind, it was actually Tonali that dragged his foot against Williams.
A good pass there from Trippier to Ilanga. Ilanga now with the ball, and Ilanga's not going to get to it.
Yeah, and, right idea, just a bit too much meat on it.
It's a game of absolutely nothing right now. And
it's really weird because they're both cancelling each other's forwards out, if you like, with the system of play. And that is exactly what I said. Ange set a system up here of 2 5s, 5 at the back and 5 up top, and it's a case of who's going to get the benefits of it. And when you look at our system of play, we're bit at the moment. It's not really clicking either way, and that's why, like I say, the ball hasn't really come to Voltemada. The ball hasn't really come to Chris Wood. Because of the way the system is playing out at the minute. So it's about taking the half chances in this game. It's not going to be, well, at this present moment in time, I can't see there being more than 2 goals. Tonali's now struggling.
Yep, Tonali down with something.
He's pressing the left side, so the anterior part of his meniscus. So I don't know whether he's had a bit of a bang on that part of his kneecap. Lewis Miley's warming up apparently in the background there. He's got all the. I mean, he's got no pain showing in his face when the physio is pressing on the area, so I don't think there's much. I think it literally is just a bit of a bang onto that anterior part of his knee.
Lewis Miley warming up. Of course, it seems like Lewis Miley is the clear-cut replacement that Eddie Howe sees for Tonali. Spraying a little something there. The magic spray.
Tony T. Yeah, it's his leg, mate.
There's Tonali, has to come off.
Yeah, he's still hobbling, to be fair. So I'm hoping it's not a problem with his meniscus.
And we're on now, Dan Byrne against Savona. And Savona can't make that ball. It's going to be a goal kick for Pope. Tonali wants to come in. Be careful with his balls. Bruno Guimaraes getting it out of the danger zone.
Just giving it straight back.
Voltemada now running for it. But not a lot for the German international to do. Remember, this is the last game before the international break for Newcastle United players and obviously Forest players as well. But Ah, man, it's just it's a
percentage
bit of a
balls. Yeah.
it's a nothing game at this moment, man. Nothing going on. Turned out to be a very boring game, if you will. Malik Chiao with the header. Anderson. Back to Savona. Cunha. Matt Sells with the long kick to the center circle. Malik Chiao with Botman. Nice. And now Nick Pope with his feet. Hoofing it all the way to Ilanga. Cannot get to it. And that's what this game has come to, ladies and gents. Dan Byrne. Back to Gordon. And that's going to be a foul on Gordon. And Forrest now with the ball, swinging it around their back three. Matt Sells with the long kick. And Botman now try to control it, giving it away to Woods. Yates. Williams. Williams against Trippier. With the pass there, Tonali tackling that ball into a corner for Forrest. Williams to take care of the set piece for Forrest. Everybody's got a man. Everybody's got somebody to defend. A corner into the box. Pope with the punch. Ilanga now with the ball on the left position. What happened to Ilanga there? He just gave the ball away poorly. Botman getting rid of it. Voltamara. Voltamara seems like the only one that knows how to play with the ball, along with Tonali. And now Trippier on the right side of things.
Give it to
Trippier.
Jesus Christ.
Back to Tonali. He's going to give it to Bruno Guimaraes with Trippier with the overlap. Bruno in the middle to Gordon. Gordon to Voltamara, who cannot get a good touch on it. Oh, and Savona putting pressure on his goalkeeper.
I mean, it's really crazy that when you're watching it the way we are watching it at the moment, because, like I say, you can see so many opportunities to pass the ball into the space. I know it's different for players at pitch level, but you can see that you just seen Ilanga there done an amazing 50, 60-yard run into space, and Trippier just doesn't give him the chance. Oh yeah, there's a chance.
There we go. Be careful. The referee says play on, play on. And now an opportunity on the right wing. Ilanga. There's a man down. Good. Gordon is down. Trippier with the cross. And Matt Sells for Forrest.
Yeah, they just
shout out to people. Shout out to people listening on digital radio. We got people from Germany, from obviously the UK, from London, from Oman Muscat. And from Spain, from Bilbao, listening to the game.
Welcome.
Shout out to all of you out there. We are working hard to bring big things for NUFC Talk. Ilanga now on the right wing, getting through. See, that's what Newcastle should have been doing a long time ago. Ilanga gets through, and unfortunately, Morato with the nice execution there defensively for Forrest. Newcastle United back with the ball, though. Bruno Guimaraes, Voltamara. Voltamara. Ilanga. Back to Trippier. Ilanga. Bruno.
Come on, get it out.
Bruno
And
with the
shoot.
left footed shot. Anthony Gordon.
Play simple.
Anthony Gordon.
That's the ball.
Back inside. That's not a
Jesus
good pass there by Bruno. Tonali has to pass it to Trippier now on the right side of things. Back to Bruno. Bruno on the edge. Bruno to Ilanga. Ilanga with the cross. And well executed there by Morato defensively. Bruno Guimaraes fighting for the ball. Bruno against Ndoye. Ilanga. Somebody has to go
terrible.
there. Not a good pass there by Ilanga. And Yates able to get there and get it out of there. But it's much better from Newcastle.
A bit of pressure building now on Forest, to be fair. Just that final ball again, isn't it, really?
Voltamara to Gordon. That would have been a great opportunity, but it's going to be a throw-in now for the Magpies. Maybe send Dan Barron over there to oh, we're going to play it quick here.
Get quick here, I'm going to say.
Oh, there's 2 balls on the pitch, ladies and gents. The referee has not noticed yet. Yes, he has now. Oh, that's it's nobody's fault but the ball, boys. Gonna do it again.
It's going to be
44 minutes underway, ladies and gents.
Drop.
Trippier. Back to J7.
Go on.
Voltamara. Voltamara to J7. Ooh, with a shot. And well blocked. Tonali with a shot. Not accurate. The referee is blowing the whistle. Something is happening. And there's a bit of a tussle there between Milenkovic and Bruno Guimaraes.
What's going on here?
The referee is calling for players to come on, have a conversation with him, Milenkovic
He wants to have a
Bruno.
word with the captains, I think.
With the captains, that would be Bruno and
he's pointing. Yeah, he's pointing to the armbands. So I don't know.
yeah, captain
wanting to have a
for
word
Forest
with
that
the
would be
captains.
Yates, which is looks 12 years old. So
Yeah.
listen, in that particular moment, man, look, talk to the people that are making the mess. You know, it's
Yeah.
the
think he's
captains.
just
Is like, well, Yates is
them
like,
to-
man,
Yeah.
what am I doing here? But that shot by Tonali, not accurate. And here we go. You get into a little bit of a chest.
Yeah. Bruno and Yates.
Going
They're
at
just gonna have a little spat
A word.
at the edge of the box there.
Here we go now. Sven Butman on the left side of things for Newcastle United. Voltamara dropping deep to play, to find
Great
something.
ball,
Bruno
that is.
Guimaraes on the run.
Play-
And is that a foul? Play on, says the referee.
He drew the player at him. There was so much space for Elanga to, if the ball had been able to get out to him on that right hand side. It's just a shame.
Here we go. Newcastle United. Trippier on the right wing. Bruno Guimaraes now. Bruno looking for somebody. Bruno looking for Gordon, who is very much centered at the moment. As of late. Back to vote. Joe Linton. I don't know what he was trying to do there. Tali. Ilanga. On the run. Trippier with the cross. Hey, be careful with the handball. That might be a handball right there again.
Yeah, Williams
It's a
again
corner.
with a.
But let's take a look again. Already on the... I mean, that is a...
Yeah.
It might have been part of the tackle, though, to be fair. It wouldn't have been a penalty anyway. That was outside of the box.
But Williams is already on a yellow card, so, you know, you've got to question what was going on there.
A corner for the Magpies. Newcastle with a set piece there. And the referee has blown the whistle. And there you go. Halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Halftime on Tanside. And right now, 0-0 between the two. So plenty going on somewhere else, though. It looks like Villa and Crystal Palace are getting busy. A red card for Wolves manager, but they have scored. and they are getting things done. Will Newcastle United be able to get 3 points? Very much the 3 points that they need at this moment given time. So it is halftime. What do we make of these first 45 minutes, folks? What do you think, Gary? I mean, it was a very boring match for a good part of it.
Yeah.
And the referee played his part as well by doing
exactly. I mean, like I say, this lad, he was criticised. Is it Mr. Banks, if memory calls me right? He was criticised heavily at the Leeds game last weekend for the stop-start. And to be fair, I'm not saying he's got much wrong, apart from the fact that, like I say, he just seems very happy to change the momentum of play. For me, the one team that looks more comfortable is Forest at the minute, and it's because of the way they're playing, and having Savannah and Williams more on the halfway line. So the beauty of having that, so you've got Gibbs White and Undai just in front of you. Chris Wood obviously as the pinnacle, and then you've got Savannah and Williams that play what we call the half line men. So they can either be offensive or defensive, depending on who's got the ball and where the ball is. You've got Jarkunya, who playing more of an inside or outside right back, if you like. He's covering Anthony Gordon's space. Milenkovic and Morato then move across when it's over there. And that sometimes gives Elanga that little bit of space to run into, because we know Williams, again, on the halfway line, is more offensive-minded at the moment than defensive. So what you're getting is Anderson dropping out to the left-hand side to allow Williams that little bit of momentum to come back. In the middle of the park is where I said we win and lose the ball. And what they're doing, and they're doing really well, is they're playing with this 5 narrow with the back 3 and Yates and Anderson. And then what you get then is Undai will drop into the space as well to create, which allows Gibbs White to push on. So we are literally man-to-man in every position. And all Nottingham Forest are trying to do is spoil the possession side of things. We look very rushed. We look very out. If you look, we look very ordinary, considering how we played on Wednesday. We've gone into this side, and all we are facing is a wall of red. Wherever you look, there's 1 or 2 players wanting that ball more than we do. Some of our ball possession has been pretty poor, if I'm honest with you as well, especially J7 and Kieran Trippier, I must admit, have played some really horrible balls. But again, that's because Forest are hurrying us. They're not allowing us that time on the ball. We just need to be a little bit more composed in my mind, to be fair. We've got 2 players for them on yellow cards. We knew Yates, again, I said at the start of the game, you know, Yates is renowned for being a bit of a doggy type player. So I think we need to get bodies on him. We need to put him under a bit of pressure, because I think he'll be reluctant to throw his body in. Will Postecoglou keep him on the field of play? Well, that's yet to be seen, because he is at this present moment in time, the one that's got the hot head. So I would, if it was me with Eddie Howe, I'd be putting bodies on Yates at the minute and saying, let's see if he's willing to put a challenge in. Because if he's willing to stand up, there's every opportunity now to play balls in around him. My biggest concern, like I say, is J7. The quality that you get at J7 at the best of times is a stopper more than a footballer. Technically, he just hasn't got it. And we've seen it there today, against, like I say, a pretty ordinary Forest side. He's been very poor. He's committed what I call suicide passes. You know, the idea is to retain the football, build possession, build pressure, and under their commitments to the cause at the moment, it's them that seem to be more adept at keeping hold of the ball and playing it into the channels when we obviously start the momentum going forward. So J7 needs to tighten up on his ball play, and he needs to get involved more when it comes to that midfield battle. And like I say, for me, the one person that I would throw on Yates to get him ruffled up a little bit is probably J7. I'd probably move him in a more advanced role and drop Bruno back with Tonali to support, and just say to J7, go and stand in between Yates and Anderson, because you can upset the balance. At the minute, it's too easy for Forest to defend against us. We're not using the width or utilising the width as best we can. Number of times Alanga has been able to split Moretto and Milenkovic in that too, and Trippier has had the opportunity to play the ball into the channels and decided to play a 5 or a 10-yard pass square rather than progress it down the wing. So for me, we need to be a little bit more direct in our passing, but we also need to keep hold of the ball. So if the pass isn't on going forward, we need to play the simple balls going sideways or backwards, not the percentage ball, 5-yard ball in between two players, knowing full well there's going to be an opportunity for Nottingham Forest to get the ball back.
There we go. So we got a lot of comments in the chat, of course, so please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go with some comments that the folks are saying. Some of them are heated. Some of them are on YouTube specifically, obviously. It is what it is. It is what it is. Thank you, Andy Bell, for being a member for 17 months. He says, Gordon, as effective as a bucket with a hole in it. He's been going through the middle a lot. I don't know if it's a direction or he just chose to do that. He's kind of left the left wing a little bit, but, alone there, going to the middle a lot. Not sure if that's working or not at this point. But, yeah, not much going on in attack from anybody, by the way. Voltemara not touch any balls because he's clearly not giving anything. So the lad actually had to come down multiple times to try to get the ball, but it's not going to happen. I don't care who you got up there. If you don't create for the center forward, he has no chances to score. I think Miley should come on, says Jordy Den. Philip, we're bang average, 4-0 against part-time chocolatiers, fooled everyone. Well, I 100. Listen, man. At the time, you gotta say when it happened, though. At the time, it said USG is not up to par with what we need. It's not up to par. So they should have. You got to have that in consideration. They were in a good side, and it's proven now. Philip, that's what Philip said. Magpies Unite Gaming says exactly. Yates had thing with Bruno. He's a hothead. Let's get at him, says Mr. Magpies Unite. We got, I think, a super chat coming in here. There you go. Says Sam A. Hard to play without a left back, says Sam A. Think about it. Not to go at Burn, just to slow down the rhetoric about Dan Burn. But unfortunately, he is not a left back, and it's proven time again. Now, you can say, of course, as today, I'm kind of not in an argumentative type right now, and I think 80 just chosen because Lewis Hall is not ready. It looks like there's a hamstring issue for Lewis Hall. He's going to go for a scan. You can say he could put Kraft there. I think Kraft could very much keep up, and also defensively, he can defend better than Burn at left back. So if you tell me, well, Chris, right there, that's the answer. Kraft is the answer, and stop waffling. You could tell me, well, and I'll just shake your hand and says you're right. Right? We know what Burn was. We know that Burn was not going to be good. The only thing about Burn is, I would, I don't know if Eddie has done it or what's going on, but I would clearly tell him, listen, don't gamble. Stop gambling. Don't play as if you are, Roberto Carlos going back and forth. Just sit back, wait, defend. We need you there. But instead, you see a lot of Burn going forward, trying to dribble, trying to pass. It's not his thing. You've got to know what you're good at. And he clearly is not a creative. He's not even a creative center back, let alone a creative left back. So he needs to have that in his mindset. Thank you, Sam A, for that super chat that gets us to our goal. We've gotten the 5 super chats already, so 5 to go. So please help us out in that case to reach 10 super chats on YouTube. Gavin Fuller, Ilanga need to run at William on a yellow. We need a 10 to link with Voltemara and play Wissa. Put Wissa in front. I mean, that's obviously not going to happen tonight. So that's not a solution for tonight. Currently 15th, by the way, top 4 team. ? LOL. Clear penalty. Wow, says Sam A. What penalty? I'm not. I don't know.
Didn't see.
LATT, where's Ange Highline? They've been hard to break down. Cunha looks half decent for them. Gordon been poor. Vendetta says we've only scored 4 goals in the league this season. Imagine if this was Bruce, people would be going mental. Eddie has spent $750 million, and we create nothing at all. Well, you can say he's listen. There's no arguing with me. I mean, we're supposed to have a better squad now, by most fans. We had a good squad last season to finish in Europe, to win a title after a long time, and then you add 200 million worth. Then you lose, of course, Isak, but you got Voltemada, and I don't care if you got Isak tonight. Isak wouldn't have scored nothing. Again, we are not a team that's creating anything to win a game. That's the issue. You say we don't have Isak, so that's the problem. We got to get used to Voltemada. Used to what? The whole team is not playing good. We're not creating nothing. It's a bunch of nothing at all. So it's a team we're not doing well. J7 not affecting the game, in my opinion. Got to be looking at Barnes for Gordon early on in the second half. If Gordon doesn't improve, says Andy Bell. Well, that could be an option. If you want to, it could be very much an option. Warren didn't think my 6-1 was a tad optimistic. Yeah, you think so? Well, I said 3-1, but it is what. After 3-0, I think I said. Not Burns' problems, that forward player's not doing it. No, you're right about that. But when we get attacked, I mean, Morgan Gibbs White has been having a field day, quite honestly. And then you're starting to see what happens when you got to notice this. What happens when now the right wing, in this case, the player that's playing against Burn, Morgan Gibbs White, starts doing well, starts getting through, starts not having any challenge to him. You start seeing Bruno, you start seeing Gordon having to come down and help. And I mean, what is the mindset in that? 3 players on one guy just so we can. Why don't you just make it simple then? If you have to play Burn, why don't you make it simple and go 3 at the back, fully? I mean, why don't you just go 3 at the back? Get it done. Be 3 at the back and Burn as a center back, but you have somebody else there. Potentially, you could probably keep Gordon there. He's already playing low enough right now, trying to run after Gibbs White many times. A lot of comments coming through, folks. A lot of you having your say. Hugh Guy says Jacob Murphy is better than Ilanga. Sorry to break it to the shiny new toy fans. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. But yeah, that's just your opinion, though. Kevin Fuller, why does Burn push too far forward? Because he isn't going to do anything up there anyway. Well, that is my issue. He should not. He should know, listen, I'm not good at this. So why would I even try to do something that I'm not good at? In a lot of passes, you saw there, Gary, a lot of passes, he's trying to be creative. I get it, but it's not his thing, man. No. Do what you're best at.
Exactly. And I think that is where we are falling down is the fact that, you can have as much possession as you want, but we're just driving it down the same old avenues over and over again. And my problem with that is the fact that, I've put a little, the pass map. If you look at our spider's web today compared to how it was on Wednesday, I've just had a quick look at that, and it's absolutely crazy. And let me just put this on the screen, and I've put the shaded area on there, and this is the setup from the 2 teams. When you're looking at getting play in the dangerous areas, which is the grey shaded areas here, you've had literally Voltemada being defended against by 2, maybe 3 players at a time, depending on where Morato and Cunha are. And what you're doing is you're just getting balls played into these channels here, and it's just too easy for these guys just to defend it, because the quality of the pass into this zone, because they're not they're not doing the typical Ange ball by pressing. They're only coming halfway and stopping, which again, we know Voltemada just hasn't got the pace to run in behind and pick anything up from there. So the quality of the balls down to the wingman has to be spectacular to get behind them. So what they need to be doing, and we've seen it a couple of times more Elanga than Anthony Gordon, to be fair, is we need to bring Anthony Elanga into these positions here, where on these runs, instead of just running the angle down the line, he needs to be coming inside and pushing on the shoulder of either Morato or Milenkovic into this position here. And if we can, if Voltemade drops deep, the same with Anthony Gordon, because it's only then that you're going to get these unbalanced. Anyway, we're off.
The second half, though. Yeah, we're off in the second half, ladies and gents. Sorry about that one. Took long enough, but there you go. Gary, go on. You got the second half.
Rightio. Here we go then. Let me just sort my camera out, because obviously I'm now totally on a different screen. You can do that for me if you will. And I'll throw in.
No.
Don't do that.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle United need the 3 points. You got it?
Stay with Popey. Yep, got it now. That's why I said my touchpad is an absolute nightmare. If I put my hands anywhere near it, things start to happen. So I have to use something totally different. Anyway, cleared us down the line and looking for Voltemade, but again, really poor from Kieran Trippier, straight out of play. Doesn't seem to have changed much. So I'm hoping Eddie Howe's conversation has proved a little bit more, visual from what we saw the first half to the second half. Because, like I said, there's only one team that looks comfortable on the field of play at the minute, and that is Forest. So let's see what happens. So Sells just literally play the ball simple, but again, his passing's not brilliant, Sells, so we need to put a little bit of pressure on there. Sells goes long again. And again, it's just headed clear from Botman, out for a throw-in for Forest. Oh, sorry, for Newcastle with Tonali. Out to Trippier. Trippier, early ball up to Elanga. Just inside the Forest half there. Back to Trippier. Tonali. Plays again, bringing two players with him all the time. And it's a good little ball between the two there. But again, it's a case of playing those small balls. J7 now. Again, it's a half pass up to Anthony Gordon. And it's easy for Forest to defend that, because it's a poor ball from J7 again. And it simple for Forest there. It's a poor ball out for a throw into Forest. But again, it's all built up from J7's misdirected pass. And we need to be better at that, to be fair. Bit of pressure from Gordon, but again, it's out of throw, and Savannah's going to take this throw in deep in his own half, and that's where we need their wing backs being pushed further and further back. He goes long down the line. Again, it's easily defended there from Burn. Botman now. Plays it into J7, who plays it inside to Bruno, who gets a free kick there, just inside his own half. Again, plays the ball early, though. Again, just trying to get the game going. Voltemade out to Elanga this time. Elanga driving towards the box, plays the ball centrally. It comes out to Anthony Gordon, who has a shot, but it's deflected. Couple of screams there for handball, but it wasn't. Didn't really get hold of the ball, to be fair, Anthony Gordon. Again, that's just really poor, but the ball's come straight back to Newcastle and Botman. Just Nottingham Forest trying to clear the lines, just giving the ball straight back to Newcastle. We've got Bruno. He plays the ball up to J7 inside left position. A ball out to Anthony Gordon. J7 plays the ball out down the line. Again, J7 just stops and he gets a throw in from a deflection. About 25 yards out from the Forest penalty area. Botman now on the edge of the halfway line. Chow. Trippier. Down the line to Elanga. Elanga brings it under control rather than running the line. Brings it back to Trippier. Into Tonali now. Into Elanga. Tonali. Elanga. Some nice one-touch football, but again, touch out of the feet from Elanga. Gives it straight back to Anderson, who gets a bit of a clip on his heel from Trippier on the halfway line, and it's a free kick to Forest. again, we get into some some really perfect areas there, and it just goes easy for again a poor touch out of your feet from Malanga, and it gifts from all that momentum, players driving forward to try and support that transition, and a literally poor touch from Malanga gives the ball straight back to Forest. But anyway, the game has continued, and again a bit of play from Forest gives the ball straight back to Newcastle. So Pope goes long this time, looking for Anthony Gordon. Headed clear from Jar. Ball there to Trippier, down the line to Elanga. Do you want to do that super chat, Chris? I haven't got Chris with me. Let's have a look at who that super chat was. It's Warren Dinning. Gowie's touchpad gave him an infused Frocken boner. Yeah, exactly. I had too many screens going on, and my touchpad on my computer's horrible. So apologies out there. Corner kick to Newcastle. Thanks, Warren, for the gift. Short to Elanga. Back to Trippier. But again, it's a poor ball to Trippier. It favoured the defender all heads up there. And it was just, again, easily cleared. And now it's a bouncing ball on the halfway line. And Byrne does well there, to be fair, with Undoy. And Undoy commits the foul. Botman plays it simple to J7. Again, once that ball bends, I thought he was going to favour Forest there. Gordon now drives down that left-hand side. Gordon puts the ball into the box. There's a chance here! Oh, Walter Marder! It was a really poor job from Murata, I think it was, or Milenkovic, and it fell beautifully for Walter Marder, who shot first time, but blocked, unfortunately. I think that was a gifted opportunity, to be fair, for Newcastle to take the lead. But again, it come to him really sharply. And I think, if he had that opportunity again, I think you'd see the net bulge. Just one of them situations today. Oh, dear. Free kick to Forest. Anthony Gordon did really well down the line. It was a ball in, and it was Murata. It was Murata who, again, it was a clumsy first touch. Fell beautifully into Voltamarda's path. But Murata actually, got it right the next time because he blocked his shot. So, but that should have been an opportunity, to be fair, that we should have taken. Ball into the channel there. But again, Chow just reads the ball really well, and Ndai's just not got a chance of that one. Long ball from Pope up to the screen, and there's a bit of a battle with Murata and Voltamarda. Ball down the line to Tonali. Tonali sees Elanga in front of him. Elanga now down this touchline, got a bit of space to work into. Delays! Why do you delay, for God's sake? Murata, just get the ball into the box. It was like 2 touches out of your feet, and it was as if the bloody earth stood still. What are you doing, lad? You're playing fucking black and white now, not red. He was like 10 yards in front of him. Fucking hell. Sorry about the language, but it don't off get me frustrated when I see that. That was just awful. I mean, he's just doodling. He looks up, delays, another touch, and fair play to Murata for getting back, to be fair, but he shouldn't have had an opportunity to. No force to get into that box and deliver the ball at all from Elanga. It's like a bloody stroll on a Sunday afternoon in the park. Anybody tell him Leesy's Park is behind us? Anyway, Tonali now with the ball into the box. It's a decent ball in, but it's headed clear to the edge of the box. It's headed back in by Anthony Gordon. There's a tussle between J7. Gordon again puts it into the box, but Chow couldn't take it under control, and the ball's out for a goal kick. What's happening here? It looks like the referee is... So Dan Byrne was pushed over. Oh my God, yeah. Murata was grappling with Dan Byrne. Dan Byrne's gone to the ground, and the I've had a quick look at it, and no, as always, I didn't expect too much, to be fair. Hence, I didn't get excited. Ball played clear to Tonali's header, going up towards Voltemada, and again, Voltemada's being held onto, and it's just cleared ball. Referee's given nothing apart from a throw-in again. But again, you look at the tussling and the holding that Voltemada's having to deal with. Absolutely ridiculous. Across the field of play to Trippier, who's out of position, to be fair. And now Ndai's got loads of room to run into. Tonali jumps back, though, and covers that space for him. And Ndai plays the ball into Williams, who has a shot towards goal, but it's more of a grub hunter than a shot. And it's straight into the hands of Nick Pope. He was just losing his balance, to be fair, Williams, as he played the shot, just falling backwards. But it's still 0-0. But again, this is the problems when you get caught out of position. That was Trippier that time. Joe Linton now playing more of an offensive. Alanga plays the ball towards the box, and it's another corner deflected off Williams. A little bit of pressure mounting now.
A big chance there by Voltemada, missed.
Absolutely. But we've done more in the first 10 minutes of the second half, but it still looks rushed. There's no composure in some of these situations. Like I said, even with the shot at goal, it was just hit, and fair play to Morata for getting back.
Oh,
and
there's
again, there's
there.
another collision. Come on, referee.
Oh, Milenkovic and Burn now going at it.
This is ridiculous. The amount of holding on. It's Morata again. I did it the last time. If the referee...
Morata now... the referee
absolutely useless.
The referee with the captives, man. Get out of here, man. If you think Yates is going to say something to Morata, look at the...
Yeah, no chance. But look at that. Look, his arms around him, man.
That could be a penalty,
Yeah, but the referee said it was before the kick was taken, so it can't be a penalty. Yeah, but it's bullshit because it happens every single time.
Okay.
Corner in again. Headed clear this time by Forest. Ball back to the outside from Trippier to Tonali. Good pass to Tonali into Alanga. Alanga now gets a touch out of his feet. Gets to the byline. A good cross into the box. Headed cleared again by Forest. Little dink out to Morgan Gibbs-White, but Morgan Gibbs-White can't control it, and it's given straight to Trippier. Trippier now to J7. Some nice momentum here. Chow out to Tonali. Tonali plays it into the box, but again, nobody in that position. It's too easy for Forest to bring out now. Again, Bruno gets a good challenge in. It's Dan Burn now marauding forward. Bruno into the box! Yes! Top bin! Get in! Bruno hits the top bin on the left-hand side of the goal, and he beats the keeper. Sells has no chance. Get in!
Lord have mercy. What a shot.
Are they going to give this now? Because Forest are appealing for a foul on Gibbs-White just before the goal. So let's see what happens. What's he doing here? Is he feeding the chickens? That's a new celebration. But it was a class finish, to be fair.
My goodness, what a shot.
They're all asking for this free kick, so...
Let's take a look. No.
So it was in the... Yeah, I mean, there was...
They could look at it because it ended up in a goal, but I don't... I mean, look at that.
They can't overturn it because the referee played advantage, and they can't change.
Lord,
they're saying they can't change the decision on field.
All you got to do is shoot.
Peter Banks, he's absolutely fucking useless, to be fair, but I'll take that one. Because it was a coming together between Bruno and Gibbs-White when we got the ball back just inside the Forest half. But at the end of the day, we've had so much given against us. Come on now, boys.
To be fair,
Go on.
That was a shot out of this game. This game was not. We're playing better now a little bit in the second half, but it's not like we've been.
It's ball over the top. Bruno's got 3 round him, to be fair, but again, not. Oh, referee, it gives that one. A ball now taken quickly, and Ndoye's nearly on a one-on-one, and Postecoglou's having a shake of his head because he's saying, "Hold on, what's going on here?" Nothing really going for Forest at the minute because of all the decisions. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Ball played up through to Chris Wood, but his first touch was awful. Tried to direct it out towards Williams, and it's then straight out of play for a Newcastle throw-in. I mean, there was definitely a coming together between Bruno and Gibbs-White, to be fair, but the referee didn't give it. He allowed play to continue, and like I say, you can't overturn them. He gets the ball back from 20 yards, and it's a quality finish, to be fair.
Thank you, Cohen, for being a member for 18 months. This is more like WWE than football.
Dan. Chance here for Forest. Dan Burn missing out on an opportunity, but Gibbs-White plays the ball back. I think it's Yates now playing the ball back, but again, it's just not cleared by Newcastle into the penalty box. And there was an opportunity for Wood there, but again, he didn't contact with it properly. And it's offside now.
Okay, it may have been offside then. He may have known that.
Oof.
But
that was squeaky bum time.
Oh, well done by Chow, by the way.
Yeah, he was offside, look, from the initial.
Yeah, Chow plays him offside. Well done there.
He come off his leg, look. He went to get it with his head, and he's stooping, and then realised he wasn't going to get on the end of it, and then tries to play with the instep of his left foot. Again, momentum with Forest at the minute. It's all a bit chaotic. Ball into the box there, where Yates gets ahead on the ball, but again directed directly at Popey. Throws out to Bruno. Bruno now out to Burn. Burn back to Botman. Botman gets it out of his feet and plays it along the floor up to J7. Good ball that, to be fair. Tonali. Bruno out to Trippier now, who's got lots of space. Plays the ball in front of him down the line for Elanga to run onto. But again, the ball isn't great. Scoreboard, Chris.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian.
Cheers, Ian, for the super chat. Now we only got 3 more to go, I think. So come on now, help us reach 3 more super chats on YouTube.
Tonali and Trippier now up to Elanga. Elanga holds the play back to Tonali. Tonali rides one challenge, puts the ball inside to J7. Back to J7 now from Gordon. Burn. And now it's a case of just playing the ball simple for Newcastle. Chow up to Bruno. Bruno sees a great ball down the line for Trippier. Trippier now plays the ball inside to Elanga. Elanga back out towards Bruno. Bruno just inside the box. Elanga tries to go a give and go. It was absolutely shocking again. Elanga just couldn't sort his bloody feet out. The ball ricochets off his one foot into another foot, and that is it. So a free kick now to Forest.
It looks like Forest are going to make some changes.
Yeah, making some changes.
Coming in. Hudson-Odoi as well. So some danger coming in Newcastle's
all coming
way.
On, all attacking. Two 2-0 now to Villa against Burnley. Chris Wood's coming out.
Yeah, man, he was knackered.
He was shocking. He's absolutely awful. The Brazilian international coming on. Igor Jesus. Yatesy coming off. I thought he would come out because of his yellow card. It's only a matter of time. And Callum Hudson-Odoi coming on for him. So there's going to be a bit of a reshape to the setup. And Hutchinson's on. For Ndoye. So Amari Hutchinson on for Ndoye.
No, not much from Ndoye either.
Yeah, he's so they've changed their front line now to try and get, because I mean, to be fair, they weren't really creating a lot, were they? So they've gone with Hudson-Odoi on the right, Hutchinson on the left, and Jesus up top. So anyway,
well, an interesting point from Vendetta though in the chat says that we can't go into the last part of the game just one up. These lot have given up games this season at the end of the 90th minute. Well, I mean, does have a point though.
Yeah, absolutely.
We certainly have.
Does leave them vulnerable in the midfield, if I'm honest with you now, though, because they're playing with like a lot more momentum going forward. So we should have a hell of a lot more space in the centre of midfield, unless they reshuffle Williams and Savona, because at the minute they've gone really top heavy up top. So there's a massive gamble here from Postecoglou. Yeah, Hutchinson. He's played out on the left-hand side. Although he's actually a right-footer, I'd put him on the left side. So we'll see how he gets on. Harvey Barnes looks like he's warming up. So it looks like Eddie's seen a change as well. 65th minute though, it is Eddie time. Again, Voltemada couldn't get anywhere near that ball, but a tussle, it's fallen to Tonali. Up to Voltemada, great little touch there from Barnes, up to Gordon. Gordon there, blasting down that left-hand side. He gets to the byline, pushes the ball into the box. It's headed clear by Morata. The ball's bounced though, and again, Gibbs-White gets a challenge from Bruno. Bruno always leads with his shoulder, to be fair. He was always going to go against him. Sells now. I'm just waiting for some movement.
Well, it looks like we are trying to press, but
Yeah.
they're not going to play from on the floor. What was that? By Botman.
Botman there's gone down. I stayed down for a minute, but he gets back to his feet now. Voltemada's battling at the top again. Two players, but it goes. Yeah, Mr. Banks again just decides that the big man against two other big men gets the foul against him. Oh, good take there from Elanga. Elanga now down the line. Oh, he gets tripped by Morata. There's going to be a yellow card here for Morata. I thought Elanga had beat him there. Well, he did beat him, to be fair. But Morata was just going to stop him. Looks like Harvey Barnes is going to come on any minute now. Don't know who could have come off for Anthony Gordon, do you think?
Could. Not sure. I don't know that Eddie will sub out Gordon right now.
Well, I hope he doesn't take Elanga out because, like I say, it's been our out all the time.
Well, you can tell Elanga's going to come off. Murphy's.
Yeah, Elanga's coming off because Murphy's getting warmed up as well. So I think it'll be directly after this free kick. 68 minutes. Newcastle 1, Forest 0.
Interesting. Tonali and Trippier having a conversation. Elanga, you're about to come off tonight, he tells him.
Yeah. That was your final play. Will Elanga have a go at the near post? No, but Tonali takes it. Yeah. Gordon does a little step over, comes back to the line, but he's lost out there to Gibbs-White. Oh, sorry, it's Jesus. Jesus down the line towards Gibbs-White, but it's deflected out of play to a throw into Nottingham Forest. I think the changes now are going to come on. So I think the wide men have seen their last play, Anthony Gordon and Elanga.
Oh, Gordon, that.
Not happy by the looks of it there.
No. No one to come for Burn. No, it doesn't look like it.
No.
It's a double change now for Newcastle United.
See a little bit more, hopefully a little bit more closer play towards Voltemada. He needs a hand in there, to be fair.
Yeah. I think the mix-up with Barnes and Voltemada could be very good.
Yeah. Like I say, rather than relying on pace, maybe a little bit more quality. Referee.
Referee keeps blowing the whistle.
J7 now, you watch him get a yellow card. Oh, we're going to say I'm surprised. Milenkovic to Gibbs-White. Elliott. Back to Gibbs-White, who's playing a real deep role at the minute, to be fair.
Yeah.
Morata down the line, and again it's forced by Williams, out but pressured by Trippier. The ball's out of play to a Newcastle throw-in. Trippier just getting a bit of a word in from Mad Dog and Eddie Howe. Seventh match in 23 days, guys, away. Like I said, there's a lot happening at the minute at Newcastle. So players will need a breather during the game at some point. But again, the minute they're not being allowed to. Williams again, just running the ball out of play.
And the chance of Eddie Howe's Black and White Army roaming around St. James's Park.
Yeah. Throw in Trippier up to Voltemada, back to Voltemada, but again, first touch from Voltemada wasn't brilliant, and it allowed Anderson to get the ball back. Ball up the field to Chow, but Chow getting pulled down there. Referee eventually gives it.
Well done, Chow, by the way. Another solid game today.
Yeah. Didn't look as any trouble, has he? If I'm honest. But to be fair, he's not really been put under any pressure. They've had a lot of their stuff has come down the left-hand side and the right-hand side, and the balls into the box from Nottingham Forest have been very poor. They've only really had half chances, if honest. I mean, I think both sides have been poor, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, definitely. Well done, Voltemada.
Well done, Voltemada. Getting back there and winning the ball back. Burn. J7 now. Out to Harvey Barnes. Barnes gets it out of his feet. Drives towards the box. Plays the ball into... Oh, it's a great ball back. Jeez. It was a... Harvey Barnes driving into the angle of the box. He can't get tackled because he's just inside the box. He throws the outside foot towards Bruno. Plays the ball beautifully. Gives it him back, but he just couldn't take it in his stride. And again, he gets tackled, and it's out for a corner kick for Newcastle. Tonali comes across to take this kick. 73rd minute, guys. 1-0 to Newcastle. Come on, then. Another goal will help me out big style because it'll release the nerves. Ball into the box. Undersells. Sells doesn't come out for this one. It's headed clear by Jesus. Back to Trippier. Trippier does a diagonal run looking for Tonali. Tonali with a little dig. Oh! Yeah, that was like an instep volley that was just floating towards the back stick. And Marcel's just gets a hand to it and puts it over the bar.
One touch.
Oh, that was a beautiful touch. That was nearly class. That was nearly the goal for me of the season. Look at that.
He touched it. He
put it. I thought it would have been a goal. It was floating right into the back stick there from that instep volley.
Nothing but quality from Tonali.
Oh, stunning. I mean, that was a hell of a ball from Trippier as well to try and control. Tonali now with his right foot, outswinger. It's a Voltemada hits the bar, I think.
Yes, he did.
It's the underside of the bar.
Goodness.
Oh, my days. Anyway, Nottingham Forest bring the ball forward with Jesus. Anderson now gets challenged, and it's a foul from Bruno. How Voltemada didn't score that one then. Oh.
Look at this.
Watch this. Ball comes in. The ball goes to the back stick. I think it's Malik Chow. It was. Oh. And it comes off the underside of the bar and doesn't go over the line and just bounce forward.
Look at that.
Again, he reacted first though.
Yes.
Voltemada, which is he was crowded out there to a degree, and reacted really well.
Talking to the referee.
It's got exciting all of a sudden in the second half, if I'm honest with you. And ball out, played quickly down the line by Morata there. Very good ball into the middle for Jesus. There's an opportunity for Forest, but he's gone down in the box. Referee hasn't given anything, to be fair.
I'm sure they're going to look at it.
Offside.
Offside, there we go. Yeah. Thank you very much for a super chat here from Warren Denny 91. I meant corners. Come on, Walt, you're getting there. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Warren Denny, for another super chat.
Offside.
We are 2 super chats away from our goal. Come on, 2 super chats away. Keep on. Man, it's crazy. Both of them had 2 opportunities, could have scored very much. But it's crazy, though, because those opportunities weren't created for him. He just got them out of nowhere. And he looks to score. He looks very dangerous. I mean, imagine if we had actually a team that would create for him on a consistent basis.
Yeah. It's like I said, if you get bodies in and around him that cause and create problems, then he'll take the chances. It's like I said, he's had 2 opportunities that have literally, he's mad himself, if I'm honest with you.
I like Chiao there commending.
Yeah, solid
defense.
Chiao in the back there for that long ball forward. Murphy now. Back to Trippier. Trippier now goes square to Botman. Botman brings it out of his feet just inside the Newcastle half. Out to Dan Burn. Dan Burn up to Barnes. Then J7 gets challenged from behind there. Manderson.
J7 and Anderson have had a feud tonight.
Oh, well done, Murphy. Murphy gets the ball down the line to Bruno. Oh, just eased out of it by Milenkovic there. I thought he was just going to get his foot on that. And unfortunately, just a little bit too much sauce on it. Oh, this is that Bakwa that's coming on. Another forward thinking. So going forward at the back now.
Is that Milenkovic?
Morata.
Morata.
So Morata off.
So he's trying to attack now. He's trying to. Well,
so he's going all out here. He's gone forward at the back now. Savona will come back to right back. Williams left back with Milenkovic and Cunha as the 2 centre backs. And now he's brought in the other lad on, who, like I say, he's just forward thinking anyway, Bakwa. So it's going to be an interesting one. He's gone 2 up top now. Baltamada. Murphy again, first touch just away from him. Again, just trying to play football. Nottingham Forest on the edge of the box. They're being pushed further and further back. Gibbs White now is playing as a centre midfielder. Poor ball out that time from Soneto.
Let's go.
Tonali now on the edge of the box. Tonali into Murphy. Murphy gets it out of his feet. He has a shot, but it's blocked. It's come back out to Bruno. Bruno out to Trippier now. Trippier looking down the line towards Murphy. Murphy, don't dangle your leg. Poor ball from Murphy. And now we've got a chance for Hudson-Odoi just driving down this left-hand side into the corner of the penalty box. Hudson-Odoi now drives it towards the box. Pope spills it forward, but it's half cleared. And then J7 heads it clear out for a throw into Nottingham Forest deep in the Newcastle half. This isn't done yet, lads. This is a last throw of the dice for Forest.
No. Again, we're going to be challenged to manage this lead. And we have not done well.
Lots of bodies. That was a swing and a hoof from Botman there, who didn't go any further than the 8-yard line. Gibbs White now. Anderson for Forest. Halfway inside the Newcastle half. Hudson-Odoi back out into the middle towards Gibbs White. Plays the ball out to Bakwa. Bakwa now. First time he's got the ball. Gibson just plays the ball over the top. Just leaning back there on the edge of the 18-yard box when he gets the ball back from Bakwa. And luckily for us, it was over the ball.
Well, I mean, this is not the way to manage the lead, though. We're giving the ball away and not taking care of chances. We'll see.
There's got to be space now in the middle of the park the way they've gone, because it's more or less a 4-2-4 the way they're playing now. So, for me, there should be lots of chance and space in that middle of the park. And yet, to me, at the minute, it looks like there's more red shirts on the field than there is black and white. Ball over the top here for Voltemada to get onto, but again, enough hustle and bustle for Forest to make the mistake, and it's a throw-in now in line with the penalty area for Newcastle. Murphy leaves it for Trippier to take control. Everton have equalised against Crystal Palace, and Burnley have pulled a goal back against Aston Villa. So here we go. Joe Linton now. Ball into the box from Murphy. There's a chance! Malik Chow again got hold of it, but it was straight down the throat of Sells. Just managed to get the block on it. Trippier now, back out to Murphy. Murphy looks up, plays the ball in and behind. There's a chance with Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes fires it into the midriff. Oh, Matt Sells has stayed down there. I would count them, son, because it looks like he got hit right where he doesn't. You don't like to be hit as a man.
The only time when men don't want to be men.
Yeah. Count them, son. If there's more than two, worry. If there's less than two, worry. If you've got two, thank the Lord.
Man, what a block there, though.
Well, I mean, just an outstretched leg, wasn't it, from Sells? Great ball as well. Right, yeah, great ball again from Murphy.
Ooh, right into the chest. Unbelievable.
We needed that.
A corner. Oh, that wasn't it. What the heck happened?
Come on. Ball, Joe Linton. Barnes. Again, looks so much more composed on the ball at the minute, Harvey Barnes. Ball over the top, though, from Dan Burn, to nobody in particular.
Well done
to Voltemada, because you closed the space down. Elliot, there's a chance at penalty, referee! Yes! Elliot Anderson.
Oh, Elliot, and Voltemada better take this penalty. There we go, he's got the ball. He should be taking the penalties. He's our center forward.
Bruno was the one that got challenged.
Let's take a look here.
He stayed down, to be fair. I don't know what's going on here. Elliot Anderson picks the ball up, and Bruno gave him no chance. I mean, it's a penalty all day long.
It's a penalty, but I don't think it's a fault. I mean, Anderson, Bruno kind of creeped up on. It is a foul, obviously, but Ian Fleming will win. Give Burn man of the match. You better believe it.
You better believe it.
Thank you very much, Ian, for that super chat. One more, ladies and gentlemen. One more to reach our 10 super chat goal of the stream. Highway.
Come on.
The lads. One more. And Nick Voltemada, the man in charge. And a yellow card there.
Yeah. Yellow card for Gibbs White. For the... Was that to Elliot Anderson or Gibbs White?
Somebody. Well, I don't think it would have been Anderson. I don't think that was a foul. Again, it was a foul, but not yellow worthy. I mean, it was a penalty, but
yeah. I mean, he's lunged for the ball. It was just he's too quick, wasn't it? Come on, Voltemada. Big Nick with the big
Nick.
nose.
Big stick Nick.
Come on.
He better score or else.
Yeah, don't. You've got to beat Sells. Come on. Oh, what a penalty! you don't save them. My God! I thought that had gone over the bar. Right into the top right bin.
You cannot get any higher than that, ladies and gentlemen.
Jeez.
That one touched the top of the net, or the top of the goal.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
And Postecoglou is proper knackered.
I'm just watching the replay of this penalty.
Gotta watch that replay.
It's scary how high this went into the roof of the net from this penalty.
Voltemada has scored 4 goals out of 5 games.
Yeah.
You cannot get any more prolific than that. Look at this. I mean, impossible.
That's in the bin, man.
It is impossible you cannot save those.
That is ridiculously. What a great penalty that is. Whoa, come on.
Unbelievable.
I
And the
honestly
Toon
thought that was over.
seemed to get the 3 points tonight.
First player to score in each of his first 3 Premier League home appearances since Alan Shearer in '96. Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
that is some record, mate, as well.
Yes, it is. And there you go, ladies and gents. We got our super chat from Warren Denning. 10 now. Waltamara, I love you. Beyond words.
Well done,
Thank you
buddy.
very much, Warren Denning,
Yeah, for getting us to our goal.
for pushing. Everybody happy.
Yeah, there is
We get
now.
the 3 points.
Come on.
And Win
Don't switch
gets
off.
his medicine.
Yeah.
Because he's certainly going to need it.
Come inside. Gibbs White plays the ball back to Milenkovic. Out to Savannah. Down onto that Bakwa. There's so many players up front now for Forest. It's ridiculous. Ball over the top for somebody to run to, but again, terribly directed towards to Hudson-Odoi. And it's straight out for a goal kick for Newcastle. Postecoglou, I think there's going to be a song somewhere saying you're getting sacked in the morning. It's not looking
Which
good.
I don't think it should get sacked though, because what we gotta give managers time, man. And unfortunately, he's you can't expect any other manager. You can't expect them to do any better. So you gotta take it in. But hopefully they don't sack him. I like to see managers get sacked for no reason. But it's a world we live in, man.
Yeah, I mean, as daft as it looks, since we've taken the pace out of the game, we look more settled on the ball. It's that race in the first half to try and get the ball quick as we can behind the lines. And it was so hurried, we were making crazy mistakes. And yet, since we've made these substitutions, we've seemed to have been, a lot more composed on the ball. Direction has been better. Even though we've probably been under a lot more pressure from Forest with the changes that they've made since we've been 1-0 up. And obviously, we've gone on now to make it 2. Anderson now out to Savannah. Bakwa with the ball over the top towards Elliot Anderson. But ball's too heavy again to Pope. Pope out to Tonali. Byrne. Back to Botman. Again, Newcastle just trying to keep hold of the ball, not give the ball away too cheaply. Ball up to Voltamada. Couldn't control it this time, and Milenkovic gets the ball off him. Williams plays the ball inside to Gibbs White. Gibbs White back to Milenkovic. I think Asula's going to come on soon because I think the German's knackered.
And he's going to get a standing ovation. You better believe it.
Absolutely. And it's been a tough game for him, to be fair, against 3 centre halves. He's battled well. Anderson now on this left-hand side plays the ball down to Williams. Anderson. Hudson-Odoi. Anderson into the centre circle to Gibbs White. Gibbs White looks up, looking for the ball out. Savannah. Savannah down the line to Bakwa. Bakwa now comes looking for some support, but he has to go backwards to Gibbs White. Bakwa now. Gibbs White. Back to Hutchinson. Hutchinson looking to get the ball into the box. He plays it square to Williams. Williams back out to Savannah. Savannah going down the line to Bakwa. Bakwa now into Gibbs White. Ball to the back stick. And it's chested clear by Murphy, who gets it out of his feet and cleared down the line towards Waltamada. He's running after everything at the minute. Williams. Back to Cunha. Milenkovic. Again, Gibbs White seems to be everywhere on the park at the minute. Hudson-Odoi out of his feet now, taking on Trippier. Trippier managed to get him back in line. Back into the box though. Hudson, Gibbs White, Anderson. Back to Hudson-Odoi towards the back stick, but that's too easy for Pope. Into the 90th minute, guys. Newcastle 2, Nottingham Forest 0. Rolls it out. Ball over the top here for Harvey Barnes to chase. There's a chance here. Oh, just comes off his thigh. And Sells keeps it in, stops it from going out.
I like what we've done here. You know, I think amidst the circumstances, we had to play with Byrne there. They haven't executed that too well. As far they haven't taken advantage of that too well, or at least they didn't, especially Gibbs White, etc. I think that we managed the game well, to say the least.
I think there was, like I say, we put ourselves under so much pressure from crazy balls, if I'm honest with you. 6 minutes now added on. William Asula trying to get onto the field. Anderson trying to get something on that, but he gets a head butt into the back of the head from Anderson on Trippier. The ball eventually goes out of play. I think, bless him, he's been out on the sidelines for about 5 to 6 minutes, Asula, trying to get on. Lewis Miley for Joe Linton.
Yeah.
Joe Linton escaped a booking. Can you believe it?
By the skin of his teeth, though, I must say.
Yeah. There you go. 4 goals. Top scorer for Newcastle. So Miley and Asula coming on. And that is some penalty, to be fair. That was some penalty.
A lot of quality.
So the 2 young guns are on the field of play. Throw into Forest now. Tonali there. Plays it to Trippier. Trippier just clears the ball down the line. Looking for something there from Asula to get on the end of. Cunha back to Sells from the throw-in. Milenkovic now. Plays the ball into Cunha. Anderson. Milenkovic again, just playing that centre role. There's lots of space if they can get this ball into the right areas, Newcastle, to go on and get the third. Backward now, down the right-hand side. Plays the ball in. Just Hutchinson, again, not really done anything since he's come on. The lads they bought from Ipswich. Anderson, Gibbs White. Again, there's a black and white wall just in and behind them. Backward towards the pass. Oh, I thought that was going to fall. And Trippier had it underneath his feet for a while. Manages to get it out of his feet eventually and goes for a throw into Forest. Gibbs White again now, like I say, he seems to be everywhere. Back line 1 minute, forward line the next. Certainly somebody I would love to see in a black and white shirt, Gibbs White.
Oh, yeah. Good play.
Backward. Got Hutchinson just inside him. Backward now. Looks a little bit tricky, this lad, to be fair. The French lad. Back with Gibbs White. Gibbs White tries to play in towards Hutchinson. Hutchinson on the edge of the box gets tackled by Miley. Bruno brings the ball out. Tonali now. Got a chance here to Asula if he plays it early. Into Murphy now. Murphy plays it back inside towards Asula. Oh, there was the right chance. Just the wrong ball, unfortunately. And Gibbs White again manages to help his team out. The referee again, Mr. Banks, says there was a little bit too much sauce on Jesus there from Chow. We're in the 94th minute of 6 added on. Everton have just scored a late winner by the looks of it. 2-1 against Palace. That was a surprise. Long ball there from Henderson there, heads forward again. But again, Chow just helping that all the way back to Pope, who falls on it. Waste a few more seconds. To be fair, since Forest have made the subs, they've not really caused us much trouble. if I'm honest. Bruno now. Again, closely marked by Anderson. Tried to play the ball into Harvey Barnes on that left-hand side, but it's a poor ball from Bruno. Out for a throw into Forest. And get the ball all the way back to Sells. Sells out to Cunha. Cunha now got a bit of space to run into. Plays the ball up to Hudson-Odoi, but his first touch was poor. Botman is able to bring it all the way back to Pope. Pope now gets a chance to go long. Kicks it up towards Trippier. And Hudson-Odoi gets a foot onto that. Williams. Anderson. Cunha back to Anderson. Again, Hutchinson just dropping in deep to try and get something on the ball. There's a ball in Gibbs-White now. Plays the ball just outside to Hutchinson to run onto. Hutchinson now. Got Hudson-Odoi on the outside of him on the left-hand side. Hudson-Odoi just dropping the shoulder, trying to beat Bruno. He beats Bruno, but not Trippier. He has to go back. Goes again to try and beat them again. Back to Anderson. Anderson drives the ball towards the back stick and Bakwa. Bakwa heads the ball back towards the corner of the 6-yard box. Again, Sonale as far up the field as you can to try and drive that press forward. Ball back with Forrest though. On the edge of the penalty area, it's headed clear. Bruno now. Again, just trying to control the pace of the ball. And again, he's got 3 around him and he does really well on that one. Murphy on the inside. He beats 2 players. He's got a chance with the Sula on the outside. Still Murphy on the edge of the box. Murphy! Oh, just couldn't shape the ball into the far post. Murphy. Chance of a real special goal there, but it's ended. Newcastle 2, Nottingham Forest 2 at St James's Park. Whew. There you go, Tony T. I made a Tony promise. If we won, spoilers. Thanks for the £2, Tony.
Thank you very much for the £2, mate. Appreciate it very much. Looks like Bruno's got Sky's man of the match. That was a great match, of course, of footy. And I'm sure they crossed over already to Everton in Crystal Palace.
Yeah, it's still going
but
on, isn't it?
Very, very, very interesting game tonight. We got 3 points, ladies and gents. That's all that matters. And we're going to dissect everything that happened in tonight's game right now for the instant match reaction. First, I want to thank everyone that's tuned into the game, to the live match commentary. Thank you to all the super chatters: Ian Fleming, Warren Dinning, Tony T. Thank you to Sam A as well for contributing. Random Access. Thank you to Ronald Turnbull. Thank you to thank you to Queen of Heart, who's gifted memberships as well, 5 of them. So appreciate all of you out there. Right now, we're going to get started with the instant match reaction of Newcastle United 2 and Forest 0. We'll be back in a moment, folks. Take care. We'll see you right now.
Thanks all.